And we're live. Yay. Welcome to Chatterbox 44. God, I hope it's 44 and it's not like 45 and I just mislabeled it.
I believe it's 44.
Anna, and I named it Anna for now with 50% less black bloc. My brother flipped the shit on me and started getting mad because I said Antifa was like a violent group. He's like, no, they're not. And I'm like, you watched YouTube? And then he was saying,
have you seen anything?
Yeah, I'm sure there are people in it that are decent people. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm sure some of the people really aren't into the whole thing and don't understand. You know, I'm always willing to give that benefit of the doubt.
Oh, and the good work on the introducing ourselves.
Oh yeah, Englehearth and Dayswat Qua and me, Untitled Studios, or Skills Mixed Savvy Pants, or somebody else.
Yeah. Hello.
I'm not who I say I am.
Right. Oh, that's right. I wanted to give you guys. Oh, I better get first in the chat. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Stenchever's not going to be here for a bit, dude.
Oh, I know. I just like to type first in and be the first message in the chat, just to be a dick. I can't.
First.
Then we got to retweet, baby. Retweet that shit out. So yeah, this is sort of a Christmas miracle story. I think you guys are going to be pretty happy about this, and I know I was happy to hear about it. Although I heard it not quite correctly the first time. Yeah, Charles Manson dead.
That's a wonderful story. Christmas miracle.
Charles Manson died at the age of 83.
So, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are sad.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a ton of people crying. Actually, he had like a fan club and shit, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It was really disturbing.
What will suburbanite teens wear on T-shirts now to appear edgy?
That's
creepy as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, no, I've known people who have had Manson T-shirts, dude. I was like,
that's my rebellious stage.
Well, my brother told me Marilyn Manson died.
Wow.
He was, and then he was like, "Oh wait, I mean Charles Manson." Because I'm looking at him like, "Oh, that's awful." Like, I'm not a fan of Marilyn Manson, but he seemed like a nice fellow. Like, not that long ago, he broke a leg falling on like a. Oh, god damn you! Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry, sound just started randomly playing on my fucking computer.
Wait, how did he break his leg? I missed that. He trailed off.
I thought he either broke an arm or a leg climbing on some stuff on his stage doing a show.
Oh,
wow.
There was a bunch of stuff in like the background of the set that he was performing on, and he climbed up on it and was, doing his thing, and shit didn't go right. He fell down and it fell on him.
Oof.
And he was fine, but like, I thought he broke like an arm or something. Like, obviously nothing terrible.
Like it didn't kill him. Just injured his pride severely.
Like a concussion or some broken ribs or something, like, punctured something, that kind of thing. When you have a whole thing fall on you, a broken arm is nothing.
Right.
So, and then I thought this was kind of funny. In Arizona, there was a police station, in order to get more attention for their Facebook, put out a thing about a drug-sniffing lizard.
Wow.
Yeah, and
drug-sniffing lizard?
Yeah, it turned out the thing they released on April 1st was an April Fool's Day prank. And, like, the news and shit were like, turns out it was a joke.
So they're just getting around to it now?
Oh, no, I just found this. This is an old fucking story.
Okay, I was like, holy shit, that took a while to find that out.
Yeah, it took them 17 days to figure it out, which is still a long time.
Right.
That's almost 3 weeks.
That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I like that they thought it might be real. Like, yeah, dude, there's totally a fucking bearded dragon sniffing out cocaine in the fucking airport. That happens all the time.
Does it have a tiny leash?
Yeah, anything you said. When you wake up on April 1st, you should be a little wary of anything that seems a little out of the ordinary, if you think about it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Drug parties, orgies. I mean, unless you go to those things on the regular.
Mm-hmm. Don't trust the invite.
Don't trust the invite.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be the one guy showing up with no pants on, be like, hey, everybody. I'm like, dude, we're just What are you doing? What are you doing in my house?
That would be an interesting prank, though. Like, you put something out like, hey, I'm a hot chick, man. I'm going to fuck all comers. Come to this address, but be wearing a green shirt and a blue jeans. And you see like 40 fucking dudes wearing green shirt and blue jeans at that address. That would be pretty funny, dude.
And it's like a cemetery address. So you got the image of like a cemetery full of people just wearing green shirts and blue jeans. It's like,
I mean, some of the dead people might identify as living, so maybe they can consent, and then there can be some weird, kinky, like trans life sex or something.
It's called necrophilia.
No, they're trans life.
No, not if they consent.
Identify as
not if they consent. They identify as alive and they consent, dude. No problem.
I was giving somebody shit about that on Twitter. I was fucking with somebody. I think he might have took me a little too seriously because he was like arguing it. I can't tell sometimes because some people are almost as good as trolling, I should say, as I am.
It's pretty good when you get two trolls just trolling each other back and forth. It's magical.
It's really funny because generally they figure it out pretty quick, and then they just get crazier and crazier because, why not?
Right.
He's crazy. It's fun.
It was Staggerson Jags, so I got to say he probably realized I was trolling pretty fucking quick. He was probably fucking with me.
That name sounds familiar, but I'm not that familiar.
He's a smaller YouTuber. He's pretty fast on the uptake though. I'd be surprised if I fooled him. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I thought this one was pretty good too. I found a bunch of real wacky fucking stories. I should go through a couple of them with you guys. Harvard hosts anal sex workshop entitled "What in the Butt?"
All right.
The article is all about getting annoyed that they canceled something, but I'm just like they had an anal sex workshop at Harvard. Like, how fucking insane!
Oh man!
And it was literally a student workshop on how to put things in your butt.
All right.
Yeah, Harvard, yet another hallowed academic institution.
Not all men have penises. Not all women have vaginas. The butthole is a great sexual equalizer. All humans have a butthole. Not if they have a colostomy, man. What a ableist bitch.
Oh man!
If you got a colostomy, they sew your butthole shut. You don't got a butthole no more. How dare she?
Yeah. What about those people? Inconsiderate bitch.
Yeah, ableist son of a bitch, man. That is not cool.
I am so triggered right now.
I'm absolutely triggered. Here's a good one. Saudi man sentenced to 1,000 lashes for performing oral sex on a camel.
Wow.
So this dude was caught.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, this dude was caught blowing the camel for the semen, and his excuse was it was to heal him of something, which the guy's like, hey, I smell a rat. Camel urine is medicinal, but camel semen, I've never heard that about.
Wow.
I'm not joking, man. Apparently it's he said it was to cure his oral herpes infection. And then he asked him where he'd heard the swallowing the sperm of a camel was a cure for anything. And
the camel. I bet it was from the camel.
So, hey,
I'm sure the camel was fine.
Hey, if you do this thing, I can heal you.
Yeah, really.
Camel's like, hey, suck me off, dude. It'll cure all your ills.
Well, the camel urine is collected as a cure-all kind of thing. Like you're supposed to drink it. It's supposed to be like a health drink.
Let me cure you, my son.
Of course, according to them, often sex with animals can lead to sleeping with human corpses or even worse, homosexuality. That was the warning from the judge of the trial.
Whoa. Wait, fucking dead people is... homosexuality is worse than fucking dead people.
Yeah, I caught that. What the fuck?
Saudi Arabia, judge in Saudi Arabia believes that to be the case.
That sounds about right, actually.
1,000 lashes and 2 months in prison is a light judgment. And if he repeats it, he will be less lenient.
Wait, but I thought in Islam, fucking an animal was okay, and it only made the animal unclean.
That's only for goats.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You gotta understand, man. They're very specific about these things. They've thought them out really clearly.
I just remember hearing that. I'm like, okay, so the guy's fine. The guy that fucked the goat is fine.
Yeah,
but the goat is now dirty. Okay.
Yep. Doesn't that make sense? I thought that made sense.
It's a dirty goat. Sounds like a sex move.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like one of those weird ones that, like, the virgins on what is that? Urban Dictionary. That's what I'm thinking. Urban Dictionary makeup. You know, like they made up like the jelly donut and the dirty Sanchez and like people that things that probably nobody ever does, but these kids make up because it's funny.
Yeah, that is pretty fucking funny. Yeah.
Like the jelly donut is you come on the girl's face and you punch her in the nose. I'm just like, I was like, first of all, that's a really benign sounding name for a really fucked up thing to do.
Right?
Yeah.
The girl is nice enough to let you jizz on her face and you punch her in the fucking nose? That's awful, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's probably some virgin making that shit up thinking it's hilarious.
Right.
Oh, man. Oh, what else? This is the strawberry milkshake. You heard of that one?
Nope.
Where you're going down on a chick while she's got a yeast infection and her period at the same time.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah. What about the Angry Pirate?
I've never heard of the Angry Pirate. That's
that's actually that was one I heard from Patrice O'Neill. You jizz in the girl's eye and then you fucking kick her in the shin. So then she's coming at you like covering her eye and she's hobbling at you.
Like a fucking Angry Pirate.
Yeah.
God damn it. Oh, that man is so funny. That dude was hilarious. We lost a treasure when we lost Patrice O'Neill.
Yeah. Yeah, I would really love to hear fucking Patrice O'Neill's take on the comedians nowadays going all PC.
Well, you know, Lena Dunham, speaking of like PC comedians, Lena Dunham is being fucking lynch mobbed, man, by her own side.
Good. But
yeah,
what
somebody hold on a second. Sorry, I gotta be on that mute button. I gotta be more careful with that so I'm not clearing my throat on the show.
Heck.
I mean, it's really annoying because it's just a bare little bit of fucking fun that keeps building up. But no, she defended one of the writers who was accused of sexual assault. One of the writers on her show, and said he didn't do it. And so people flipped shit on her because she said like, oh, women don't lie about that, and plus, she's super in that feminist crowd where it's all about listen and believe.
Mm-hmm.
So they went after her, and then. So everybody went after her until she apologized for it, and then somebody quit off the show making allegations that she's a racist and just all sorts of shit. Like they just fucking turn around and fucking shoot her up.
Yeah, it sounds a bit unfair, but it couldn't have happened to a more deserving person.
Oh, I don't feel bad for her. I mean, she made the bed. You make your bed, you gotta lay in it, man. That's just
No, she's just a disgusting person, dude. She's fucking horrible, dude.
I mean, she put rocks in her sister's vagina when she was a little kid. That's not a sign of somebody who's going to grow up well.
Yeah, all that shit's disgusting. I don't know who the fuck read through that book and said, yeah, print that. That's going to be great.
I really do want to know. Amazing. I want to sit down to coffee with somebody who is like, because you got to wonder, there's a 50-50 chance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's half a chance that their person was like, no, this is totally reasonable. And there's another half chance the person was like, yeah, I knew this shit was going to be crazy.
Yeah, it could have been just the sheer shock value and like, fuck no, leave that in. If she's really willing to print that shit, right?
This is gold. Keep that shit.
Yeah, controversy can only help sell the books, I guess.
Well, I mean, her writing wasn't going to do it.
Right.
Oh,
dude, I've seen very few examples of her acting, and she doesn't seem to be a particularly good actor either.
Oh,
so I'm
man.
really wondering how the fuck she's famous at all, dude.
Networking, man. If you network the right way and you say the right things, you can you fail straight up in Hollywood.
Yeah, I guess
that's how it works. You fail right to the top.
Dude,
Phil.
She's like the least attractive, like non-deformed person I've ever seen, dude.
Like, what is it? Bryan Singer. Bryan Singer started in Hollywood as a hairdresser.
It's like
now he's a director, and he makes terrible movies.
Damn. Fake it till you somehow make it.
Or in his case, don't ever have any talent at all and just be promoted randomly because I don't know why.
Well, he's been accused of being a pedo, hasn't he?
I don't fucking know, man. Everybo's been accused.
I'm pretty sure he has, dude.
There's so many accusations that at this point I'm not going to do the listen to believe thing. I want evidence. I mean, there's so many accusations. You know, it's like you gotta wonder how many of them are real and how many of them are just people who are taking the chance to fucking get even or get some attention and maybe get a better chance for getting a part. You know, I mean, there's Hollywood is. There's some fucking catty, vicious motherfuckers at the best of times.
Yeah, it's a mess, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that could explain how he got up to that level. Like, he got in the little fucking pedo group.
Good. I mean, that's entirely possible.
He got dirt on him. Man. I don't know.
I'm just hoping there's enough evidence that the people that did do it get on trial and go do some time.
Yeah,
I want to see some real justice in this kind of stuff because I mean, it's. I suppose there's some justice if the allegations are true and people's careers are ruined. But I'd rather see people actually go to jail than just have a bad career, you know, because then they still have all those millions of dollars they earned for living in a nice mansion. I mean, that's not. I mean, they don't get to keep doing that job, but they're not going to be fucking. It's not like they're going to have a rough life after that. Yeah,
like Kevin Spacey, like, is it really going to hurt him at this point if he never works again? He's going to be all right.
Yeah, exactly. But if he did, abuse all these people, he should go to jail.
Yeah, and I actually knew my sister's ex-husband. He used to work security at a resort here, and he said that one of the guys he worked with, Spacey, was like fucking hitting on him and like grabbing his ass and shit, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and this he told me about this years ago. He told me that's like years ago, like way before any of this shit happened.
Well, Kevin Spacey's, it's been pretty open that Kevin Spacey's gay for a long time. Like, that's never really been that big of a secret in Hollywood. But the underage stuff that, and the really gross, over the top going after guys, like whipping your dick out in public and just random people.
Right.
Accusations, those are kind of new.
That's pretty wacky, man.
Well, I mean, there was even George Takei, I think, had some accusations against him from like somebody like who was 17 or something at the time.
Yeah. Well, I think I haven't actually gone back to listen to it, but apparently he talked about it on the Stern Show. So
no, he didn't talk about it on the Stern Show. No, I did watch that clip, and I want to be clear on that one. They were like, did you ever, like grab somebody's dick? You hear all these people talking about just grabbing dicks and not like getting permission or any of that. They just, getting really aggressive. You're like, you ever do something like that? Somebody didn't want you to? And he just kind of froze up for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And then he was like, well, I've encouraged people to sleep with me. I've been sexually aggressive or something, like in the weird accent that he has. But
oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
But he never openly admitted to any sort of abuse of anyone. So, I mean, just to be fair, I don't want to twist his words.
All right. So, but was the pause before he answered, was that a little damning?
Oh yeah, no, it's very damning. But he didn't admit to anything specific.
All right, just wondering.
And then those were before the accusations were made too. So
yeah, that was some while ago.
He was responding about that.
Yeah, I thought I heard him say something like when he was in camp, like a camp counselor sucked him off or something. That would be him being underage.
Yeah, there was he did do that. There was a big outcry because Milo got sort of like Milo Yiannopoulos got like basically burned at the cross for being open about having relations with a priest when he was underage and enjoying it, according to Milo. And then later Milo recanted and said it was abusive, and he was just trying to, like, you know, make light of a terrible situation instead of making it into a dark thing.
Yeah.
For his own recovery. So I don't mean, who knows? He sounded pretty straightforward when he said, "Yeah, it was great. I loved it." You know? So
yeah, no, yeah, I think he said he learned how to give head from that fucking priest or some shit like that.
Well, and I've heard similar stories from a lot of gay dudes, though. It's interesting. Apparently, that's not as uncommon as you might think. Justicar has a story about that with, I think actually with a priest as well. He's a medium-sized YouTuber. Like, I don't know, I think he's got like 10 or 20,000 subscribers. He's a pretty cool guy. I'd recommend his videos.
Yeah, I have to check that out. I don't think I've seen any of those.
The stabby stamp of approval.
Well, he's like I know a little bit about the law. This dude fucking he knows exactly what he's talking about. So if you're looking at like legal stuff, like interesting legal stuff that's come up in the news at some point, like if he does a video on it, you guarantee he knows his shit.
Yeah, right on.
Right.
Cool.
And he gets into like minutia and like cases and stuff like this. Like in previous cases where this came up, this is what happened. So this is the standard for judgment on this kind of thing. Like he really knows it.
He understands precedent
very clearly, and he is very good at like figuring out exactly all the different angles that it could be used.
I come in various ways and styles.
Oh man.
Is it the Justicar? Is that the one?
Yep, the Justicar.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm subbed. I hit the bell. I've never gotten any alerts from any of his shit, though.
Dude, fucking welcome to the club, man. I don't get alerts from live streams until half an hour after they fucking go live half the time. And a lot of shit that I've subbed to, I don't get notifications from it at all.
Yeah, it's weird, dude. I don't know if it's like if you sub to too many, or I don't know if that's the deal or what, but
I don't know. And I'm not subbed to just like right wing stuff. Like a lot of stuff is just, you know, various interesting stuff that I like to watch. Nothing, no political bent whatsoever. You know, like, you know, like Survival Lily. She's just like an Austrian chick. She never really gets into any politics. She just does like, here's how you start a fire with a bow drill. Here's how you use flint and steel. Here's fucking how you catch and skin a rabbit.
Yeah, I don't know what fucking determines it. Because like I was when I was hanging out with with Base Mama when Tim was there, Tim Prunsel. He was like, "Hey, did you guys watch this video?" He was talking about some of his videos, and I was like, "No, I didn't even get the fucking alert for that."
Yep.
And every time his videos come up, I always watch them, dude.
And you know what's weird is like it used to work perfect.
Yeah.
So I can only assume that the algorithm is there's some sort of thing intentionally keeping you from seeing all of it, but I don't know what the reasoning is because it's not based on politics as far as I can tell.
Yeah, well, Tim's is he just does history shit. Like he just fucking tells stories about history.
That's what I'm saying. I watch, you know, like the Townsends, which is like a show that recreates 19th century cooking. So, you know, like in the U.S. colonial times, how they cooked and what kind of foods they ate, how you preserve foods. They don't get into any kind of politics.
Yeah. No, that's very controversial.
People that are building out a van, they're just building out a van. You know, they're not...
Very controversial, man. That supports the patriarchy. Talking about the 1900s.
Oh, you know what? Really fun channel is Survival Russia. It's this old Russian vet who's like ex-military, and I think he was special forces in their military.
Spetsnaz.
And he just, Spetsnaz, whatever it is. Yeah, but like he just like shows survival skills that he uses where he lives because he lives way out in the fucking middle of fucking Siberia or some shit, like out in the fucking, you know, out in this just desolate area, just like where there's nobody else there. And like he is the funniest fucking dude because like he'll be like, so you see all of these channels, yeah, it's like where they make these emergency shelters for snow, and they use debris. This is why I carry a tarp. You know, you're trying to, it's an emergency. You don't have time to hunt for 5 hours to find sticks. Use a tarp, you're done in 5 minutes. You know, why do these people do it? He's the best. He's like, the lights with the flint and steel. I carry a lighter. I don't understand.
That is a good point.
He's really funny. Like, I'm never going to use any of these things. It's not like I'm studying to learn shit. I just think it's fun to watch. But I just like his take on it is great. He's like, yeah, it's really good to know how to use a flint and steel. Carry a lighter, dummy. So fun.
Yeah.
In Soviet Russia.
Oh, people. Well, he does a lot of like cooking stuff too. Well, not a lot, but he does a little bit of cooking stuff, just like field stuff that he cooks in the field.
Nice.
And so he'll take this just big fucking hunk of like pork fat with tiny little bits of meat in it that he calls bacon, and cook like a pound of it down with like onions and just eat that with like some wheat. And people would just like flip out in his comments, and he'd be like, I'm still alive. like it tastes great. I'm still alive. You need all the energy you can get out in the cold.
Yeah, that's true. If you're out there burning it, it's probably not that bad.
Oh yeah, and he's out in like a fucking blizzard cooking fucking whatever, like,
some bullshit.
He's very Russian. It's very entertaining.
Yeah, Russians are fucking intense, man.
Oh Jesus!
That is one group of people that I would rather not have angry with me, dude.
I keep watching these collections of little, like, 10, 20-second video clips, and they'll be like, funny Russian moments, and like all of them are people just getting out of their cars and fighting in Russia. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you cut me off. Let's get in a fist fight.
Right?
One of them was
stab me. I'll fucking shoot you. It's always fucking raising.
It's usually just beating the hell out of each other with their fists. I don't think I've seen more than one gun in like 100 clips.
Yeah.
I'm sure that happens.
They always seem to want to up right. But they always seem to want to up it. Like whatever you did to them, they're gonna fucking visit it back on you. Like, one step higher, dude.
Well, they don't take no shit. The best one I saw was this guy's behind a car, stops at a traffic light. The passenger and the driver get out, walk back, look at each other for a second, just start beating the shit out of each other. And then, like, the traffic light turns, they get back in the car and just drive away.
Fucking awesome, dude.
It's glorious.
They're like, hey, we got nothing better to do. Let's fucking duke it out. Oh, light screen.
But the guy who was recording it in the car, because they all have dash cams because there's so many scammers. But the guy who was recording his car, him and his friend, you just hear him just cracking up the whole time.
That's fucking awesome.
Oh, it's glorious. I'm sure you see that shit somewhere on the boonies in the U.S., though. Like, there's no doubt in my mind in some of the fucking backwoods areas, you'll see shit like that.
Yeah, that's true. It's just Russia. The whole country's like that.
Yeah. It kind of makes me want to move there. It might be entertaining. Just I'll probably get beat up, but still.
Yeah. I'm gonna build a blind somewhere at some intersection so nobody can see me. I just watch crazy Russian shit happen.
Oh, they're entertaining.
Be sure to bring tarp.
Yeah. The number of people who will just drive down the road with their shit on fire. Fucking ridiculous. Like,
yeah, well, any number over 0 is pretty high for that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, it's a lot more than 0. A lot more. There are a lot of semis driving around with their loads on fire, cars driving around with fire coming out the bottom. Just a lot of burning vehicles in Russia.
Dude, I would love to see a fucking burning cargo on a semi pulling up to the place they're supposed to deliver. Like, here is delivery.
It's on fire. That's not my problem. I deliver.
I got a deal. Now you deal with it. It's your problem.
I want that.
My Russian accent is awful. If I say more than 3 words in Russian, it suddenly very quickly develops into Jamaican somehow. It's weird.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing their accent any justice. I think I was down with like I was German or something.
Yeah, they're close enough, close neighbors. I mix those up all the time, Jamaica and Russia.
It's the weirdest fucking thing, dude. I swear to God, after like 3 or 4 words, like by the end of the sentence, dude. It goes from a shitty Russian accent to a shitty Jamaican accent.
Yeah, man. Here in Russia, we're smoking the weed, getting groovy with Tyree.
See, they're closer than you think.
This is really does sound a little similar. I'll be fair, I can't argue. Oh man, speaking of Russia,
so fuck you, Arth.
I don't know if this is a true story or not, by the way. But not all heroes wear capes. Some wear bear costumes. So a man in a bear costume was arrested for tearing apart the tents of Black Friday campers.
That's fucking hilarious, dude.
I don't know if it's true though.
Just the premise, dude. I don't even care if it's true, dude. Fucking.
So watch out this Friday.
Yeah, really. Well, I don't even know if this is from this year or not. This is just like some funny shit.
Yeah.
Rangers set to euthanize bear who killed officers after it killed some other rangers set to euthanize it for killing campers.
Damn.
Bear just keeps killing people, man.
That's got to be a Russian bear, dude.
Yeah. It just says whoever we send next will probably die too.
Right. Jesus.
I don't look for trouble. It finds me. The guy's been arrested. Okay, they're not doing bear stuff anymore. I thought it was all themed of bear. I didn't look far enough down. My bad.
You live, you learn, dude.
I looked away, so I missed what you're...
Oh, I just started to get into like other stuff that had nothing to do with bears. I'm like, oh, well, never mind. There's a man arrested for everything. Like unlawful possession, stolen vehicle, firearm, felony theft. And he was drunk. Just not his night, apparently.
God damn. Dude, the fucking Kumite is still going. Holy shit.
Oh, sounds like a... Huh?
It's got to be 4 hours by now, dude. It's got to be at least 4 hours in by now.
That's one of the reasons why I stopped watching a lot of the streams, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Is they go on for like 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey,
yeah.
Akinaro, how's it going, man? He's fun, yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, as soon as Stench ever shows up, we'll know the Kumite stream's over.
Oh, yeah. Well, we could always pull a failure and just start watching their stream and making fun of it, you know? I don't know how to make fun of it, so I'm not going to do that. But I mean, that's kind of his thing, too. We probably shouldn't steal that.
Yeah, we'll leave that up to him.
Invade other live streams?
And Akinaro says, you're not better, your average is 3.5 hours. That's a fair point, Akinaro.
Dude, they're doing the same thing. They're just doing the fucking debate between fucking Geek Thulu and fucking Chambers.
Yeah, and I guarantee that's arguing in circles. I guarantee it's just going over the same points over and over and over with slightly different wording.
Yeah. Like I said, it got crazy when fucking Joy Sparkle jumped in and then Bass Mama jumped in, and yeah, it was pretty entertaining, but yeah, not for long. After the Bass Mama stuff was over, it should have been petered out. But it's still going.
Yeah, I would want to mess with Bass Mama.
No, she went off on it, dude. You really should listen to it, because Chambers is awful. And she did a shit job at defending herself. But like when Bass Mama came on, because Joy was digging into Chambers, making her look bad. But then Bass Mama came on and was like, "Fuck you!" Blah 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 blah. Yeah, because fucking Joy kept saying, "Can you guys please be polite, not interrupt? Can you please?" Like it was so fucking. It was annoying, dude. And then, can you show respect? And Bass Mama was like, "I don't fucking respect you at all, bitch. Shut the fuck up." Well, I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what
Kumite is a martial arts tournament, and so you're going into a thing where people are basically just supposed to fight. So I don't know why anybody would expect rules.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're going into the Kumite, you're just arguing.
Yeah. No, she was doing it too. That's what was funny. And she would do this thing where she'd interrupt. I think she'd interrupt Geek Through at one point, and she was like, "Oh no, I'm sorry to interject here. If I may continue," and then she would continue without waiting for him to say okay.
Oh yeah,
like you know what I mean? Yeah, it was fucking weird, really weird.
I think Akira's taking the piss, man.
Mm-hmm.
He like orange, she like blue, she like red. Discuss typical podcast, and was shouting about racist in politics. Have we shouted about racism? I don't think we've ever really gotten into that too much, have we? I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, probably. Although we don't shout a whole lot.
I don't like shouting.
No, at a certain point, yeah, it just gets boring.
Yeah.
Wait, Stabby, the one that talks about politics all the time, doesn't like talking about politics all the time?
No, the shouting.
Oh, okay.
Especially if you're just like going back and forth over the same thing, hashing it over and over and over.
Yeah.
It's not entertaining.
I was like, for a second there.
No, I love politics, man. I love it. I'll be honest. I love politics. I kind of get a kick out of some of the drama on YouTube too right now. But
yeah, I'm knocking the shit, but I was watching it up until this fucking stream started.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. Like it's like I said earlier before we were on. I think it was before we were on. It's like fucking reality TV, man.
Right.
People watch Jersey Shore. There's a lot of people watched. I don't think it's on still. Is it on still?
I think it's dead.
No, I admit it. I watched that fucking show. Not for very long, but there was a little stretch there, dude. And I was like, I can't believe these people exist.
Like 5 or 6 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't really like actively try to watch it, but I got a couple episodes. It's fairly entertaining.
Yeah, it really is, dude. I mean, for a while. It gets old pretty quick, but it really is funny. You're like, what the fuck, dude? I can't believe these are real people.
No, it's, yeah.
I can't. I just couldn't get behind it.
Oh, I mean, I would never. Wait, what? Best podcast would be 3 videos of dog faces and 2 hours of barking.
2 hours of
gender
barking.
and domestic animal role would have millions of views. You know what? It probably fucking would.
Yeah, not a whole lot of difference in the dialogue.
All dogs all the time.
Just a couple of dogs barking at each other would probably make a lot of fucking views. I'm sure.
Or it could be, I think it was Family Guy where they were making fun of The View, where they just had a bunch of fucking hens on there clucking.
No. That's not that far off, man. It's
no, dude.
From every little clip I've seen of them, it's kind of like that. It's like,
yeah, it's like
they're
one
all
of them ended
for
up eating an egg or something. It was fucking hilarious.
Well, they're all trying for like that savage burn, but like not really trying to make any real point. They're just like trying to cut people down the whole time.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, dude. Yeah, I can't watch that. I'm sorry, I just can't watch that.
Such a great comedic actor, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like her stuff, she's so fucking funny in her movies. I mean, I don't know, man. It's weird.
Wait, who?
Whoopi Goldberg?
Oh yeah.
She's fucking great.
Yeah. Well, even Joy Behar can be kind of funny, but she's fucking. She's the one that's on that show, right? Is Joy Behar on that show? Yeah, I think it is, dude.
I know Whoopi Goldberg because she's hard to, she's very distinctive with the dreadlocks and
the dreadlocks and the...
Yeah. You don't see a lot of half black, half Jewish people. It's her and Lenny Kravitz, and I think that's it.
Lenny Kravitz.
Was Whoopi Goldberg half black, half Jewish? Did not know she was half Jewish.
Well, the last name Goldberg should be a giveaway, dude.
You say that now, and it seems so real, like so obvious in hindsight now. I did not know she was half Jewish, sir. Yeah, she is. Although, to be fair to you, she could have just been, her ancestors could have just been owned by Jewish people.
Oh,
that's fair. I can't argue it though. It's true.
That's fucking terrible.
What do you mean? That is a possibility.
It's true. It's like, oh.
All right, I mean, fucking bleeding heart.
What was the joke I told somebody on Twitter?
One of us has to be. Jesus.
We can't all just say everything that pops into our head.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't mean I don't think it.
You guys have heard the joke, I love bald pussy, but it's a bitch getting a diaper back on.
Jesus, dude.
And then there's the low swing.
It was a big joke when I was in high school, man. A lot of people thought that shit was hilarious.
Amos Yee would like that joke.
Yeah. Well, what was it? Fucking, I was on with James. God damn it! How come I can't think? James Maxwell, the hamster, ginger hamster, Doctor Ginger Hamster, or something like that. I keep forgetting what he goes by. But and they had like a 17-year-old girl on, and him and this other guy kept sort of flirting with her, and I'm just like, man, we need Amos Yee in this fucking chat. Like this is just, we need Amos Yee on this screen. Like nobody was legit flirting, but I mean, like, to be clear, nobody was legitimately flirting. They were just joking around. But
is it James Von Maxwell, that guy?
Yeah, James Von Maxwell. Yeah, they were just having a laugh over the fact that there was a 17-year-old on the stream.
Dude, he was at the hangout, at Base Mama's hangout the other week, a couple weekends ago.
Oh,
I hung out with that dude.
I like the guy. He's a cool guy.
Yeah. You should. Oh, no, never mind. I'm not going to talk about it here. But yeah, I got stuff to mention about that off air. It's kind of funny. But yeah, no, he actually, he's a cool dude. It was basically him, the bitching witch was there, obviously Tim Crunsel, Sage Crunsel, and then Base Mama and her fiance.
It's weird that so many YouTubers in this little little community are all in Arizona.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, well, I guess James is going to be moving back to Colorado within a month or two, but yeah.
Oh, good for him. At least he's not coming to California. I thought he might be coming to California. And I was like, because you started with the C sound, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if he wants to be here.
No, he's going back to wherever he lived in Colorado.
Where he belongs.
Does he have that radio voice in real life?
I didn't notice it. No.
Oh, I wonder if
I haven't
when he uses a
this.
microphone.
Yeah. No, I didn't notice anything like that. I'll have to watch it. I haven't actually watched his videos yet. Like, I've subbed to his channel and check it out, and I haven't watched any of his videos yet.
Oh, yeah. No, he's got the, radio DJ in the morning. He got the dirties and the, traffic on the 20s and 40s.
All right. Yeah, he definitely did not talk like that. I'm pretty sure I'm
cheesing it up because I don't really do that voice without the funny part, like the stupid comments. I can't get into that accent. But no, he says that because he used to be a radio DJ, I think.
Yeah.
Like long ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. He said he was. That's right. He said he did it for a long time, dude. Like 20 years or something.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because radio DJ was, up until like the 90s was a really big job.
Yeah.
And then it's like all those people who were kind of in it for like the last, from like the 90s into like the 2000s and shit really got fucked. Like the wages went down. It just wasn't making as much money.
Yeah.
I just imagine if someone were to sound like that constantly. Like them ordering coffee or ordering something at a restaurant.
Hi.
It's like, hi, what would you like today? I'd like the salad.
Yep.
Dude, they did.
I can have a green salad with the dressing on the side. That'd be great.
Side.
Dude, on MADtv, like way back in the day, they did a sketch, whatever. With it was Artie Lang, where he was doing a funeral for like another radio DJ, and during the funeral, while he's doing the eulogy, he's talking in the radio DJ voice, dude.
Nice.
Oh, that works.
Yeah. Scat man. I'm a scat man.
As he approaches the pearly gates, I'd like him to remember all of us fondly to the Lord. And
something like
traffic in the next hour. On your way home, you want to look out for traffic on the local highways. MADtv was good. Yes, MADtv was very good.
Yeah, they did some really controversial shit too. A lot of it was junk, but they did a lot of good shit too.
Yeah.
They did one with the Bob Newhart, which was one of my favorite fucking sketch comedy things ever, dude. Fucking beautiful. I'll have to send that to you, dude.
Isn't MADtv just kind of like Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it's not around. It's been canceled a long time ago.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, pretty
Saturday
much.
Night Live hasn't been funny since like the 90s.
It's been a while, dude.
Or the 80s even. Like it really stopped being funny after a while. I mean, it was all right, but
well, I don't know. I mean, when Bill Hader when Bill Hader and them were there, I mean, that was pretty recent, dude. Bill Hader's fucking hilarious.
MADtv was like the really like edgy, like really funny shit. Like they didn't. There was no like worry about being family friendly, where you get a lot of more family friendly kind of stuff on Saturday Night Live at this point.
Yeah, this is true. They were definitely out there.
Well, I mean, and originally Saturday Night Live was like MADtv. It just it got so big at a certain point they just they kind of moved beyond that small audience, and they can't get away with that shit anymore if they want to keep the money coming in, and
they
want to keep that money.
Dude, I remember watching a sketch of Chevy Chase and Richard Pryor, and that fucking sketch, if that was done today, would get that show canceled by the fucking next morning, dude.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's so fucking racist, dude. It's fucking unbelievable. Just basically, I'm doing a fucking job interview, right? Chevy Chase is interviewing Richard Pryor for it, and for some reason in the interview, he's naming off all these. It's like a word. It's supposed to be some word association, and he's starting to say shit like "tar baby" and fucking. I think he actually says "nigger" in one of them, and like Richard Pryor's getting angrier and angrier at it. He's basically doing a word association and fucking saying all these fucking racial slurs for black people. It's fucking. I was like, dude, there's no way this could happen today.
Yeah, it'd probably get shut down pretty quick.
Oh, I imagine.
Yeah, it wouldn't even make it. There's no way it would even make it on nowadays. Nobody would be insane enough. But back then, I don't remember anybody complaining. You know what I mean?
I mean, some of the shit on In Living Color was way over that line.
Oh yeah, fucking In Living Color was nuts too.
And In Living Color brought us Jim Carrey, the Wayans brothers, made them a lot bigger.
Yeah,
it had Jennifer Lopez was one of the Fly Girls.
Yeah,
Jennifer Lopez.
J-Lo.
Yeah. Also, who's the other one? The fucking was Jamie Foxx on that? He wasn't on that, was he?
I think he was, but I think he might not. That might not have been where he got his start. Like he might have started out acting, and he got some other stuff in there. I'm not sure.
Fuck, who's the other guy? David Allen Greer.
I think he got.
He was on that.
Yeah, there was some good. They had a lot of really good jokes. That stuff.
Yeah.
There was a golden age for sketch TV because there was also. They're Canadians. I just can't think of it.
Kids in the Hall?
Kids in the Hall. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, they had Kids in the Hall stuff going and Living Color, MADtv. It was all kind of like this generation of just really funny fucking comedy.
Yeah, that was basically the 90s, yeah.
Golden age.
Yeah, for sure. Plus, they had The State was on MTV. That was pretty decent.
The State was Man, I don't know if there's anything even like that stuff going on now. I mean, there's like Saturday Night Live, but it's all the kids from like Nickelodeon and shit. You know, like
right? Yeah, it's all fucking. That. All it is Trump bashing, pretty much.
Is it? That's all they do now on Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, it's every episode pretty much has. The first thing is making fun of Trump.
I'm all for like political humor. You make fun of whoever's in office, but like that can't be the only thing you're making fun of for the whole show.
No, you're probably doing a variety of shit, but it's like political humor is always a thing. Like that's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, but it almost seems like a vendetta the way they're going.
They're really going a little more savage than it really is.
Yeah.
It's also just too easy, I'm sure. Like for a lot of the shit he does.
Trump is kind of a cartoon character, dude. He is kind of a.
Trump is, there's a lot to make fun of with Trump. I mean, he's a bigly guy.
Right.
Yeah. And he's a blowhard motherfucker too. Like that dude has told a lot of fucking lies. Like,
Right.
but it's all shit to make himself look good. But like, I don't know. That's the one part I don't get, man. Like, you don't look good when people find out because this shit it's on TV.
Yeah, like you're the president now. People are going to check up on the shit you say.
Yeah, you can't just bluff your way through shit like that. It just doesn't work, man.
Yeah. If he would realize that, I think he'd be doing a hell of a lot.
I love his Twitter though. I'm never gonna stop loving that guy's Twitter,
dude. It's literally like he has somebody from the WWE doing his tweets for him, dude.
I wouldn't be surprised, man. in like 7 years when he's done, he'll be like, and here's Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Did my Twitter for me for 8 years.
Right. You smell what Trump is cooking.
Damn it.
Well, he did appear on the WWE shit back in the day. So.
Oh, I know. That's one of the reasons why Middle America loved him so much, man, is he'd do shit like fucking wrestle with Vince McMahon. You
know? Damn. He was in Home Alone 2, as my son reminded me earlier.
Oh, man. I just fucking zoned for a second. I'm sorry.
White noise.
No, it's fucking this head cold, man. It's just fucking with me. Plus the fucking meloxicam always raises my blood pressure and makes me tired.
Meloxicam.
It's like ibuprofen on crack.
But
it's super anti-inflammatory and it makes my back not hurt as much.
No, that's good.
So
I just can't take any other painkiller.
So lax is relax, not lax is laxative?
It's not. It's not a relaxant either. It's just an anti-inflammatory with a little bit of painkiller.
What does the lax mean? The lax is lying.
I can't remember anything.
The lax is lying to you.
It just fucks with my head. But I got to figure out a different time to take it. I got to start eating like some crackers before I go to bed and taking it right before I go to sleep or some shit.
Remember, kids do drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
But only get hooked on the ones that subscribe to you.
I'm considering trying the CBD stuff, where it's the part of weed that supposedly is the painkiller and relaxant, but not the high. Mm-hmm. So I'm really strongly considering trying some of that stuff out and see if that works, because it's much less side effects, much less negative side effects. And if I'm not getting high all the time, that would be pretty cool.
Right on. Yeah.
But if I'm just getting high all the time, then that's going to get fucking old real fucking quick. This is just not. I don't want to be high all the time. I don't like that.
All right.
Can't be.
I think he protests too much, dude.
No, I smoke weed to try to help with my tinnitus. Because there was some things that said it might help when I was just like desperately trying anything when I first had it for like a week, and it was like it doesn't make your tinnitus quieter or louder, but there's a lot of people that say it does one or the other. It doesn't really do that. It just makes you not give as much of a shit because you're fucking stoned all the time.
Right. So, makes sense.
It's great to be stoned once in a fucking while, like, you know, a couple times a month or something, you know, kick back and just smoke a little weed, but fucking every day, all day is not cool. I don't know how people do it.
Yeah, I did it. I did it for several years, dude.
Oh, it's just, I guess, I don't know, man. It just.
Well, it gets to be normal, dude. Like it's.
It must be. Yeah, it must be. It didn't for me, but I can see how it could.
Yeah. And you say you're from California.
Right.
I know. Remember, I was like straight edge all through high school, bro. Like really hardcore, no drugs, no alcohol, nothing.
Yeah, aren't you the one that fucking had used LSD before you even smoked pot or anything?
Before I did anything else, yeah. I think I even had a drink before I fucking did LSD.
Jesus, dude. I don't know how you didn't flip the fuck out, dude. That's a fucking intense drug, dude.
Well, you got to remember, so like I got just around like the tail end of high school, and for probably a year before I did the LSD, or 2 years maybe, I'm trying to remember. No, it was. Got out of high school at 18. No, I smoked. I smoked cigarettes. That was the only thing I did. And then at 21, I did 20, I did the acid. So it was about 2 years. I got really into like meditation and stuff. So I was really comfortable in my own head. So the LSD, when I took it, it was hallucinogenic and it was euphoric and stuff. But anytime I started to go into a bad place, it was really, I was so used to being able to like turn it around.
No, that is pretty key.
Yeah, and so I think I was really lucky that that's what I was into when I did.
Yeah, if you have any unresolved issues or anything like that, that's not the drug for you.
Yeah, I don't think I'd take it now. I mean, I have like anxiety and panic attacks. I can't imagine that would be a good plan.
Yeah. That'd
be like the worst idea ever.
You start raping stuffed animals and shit, dude.
I don't think I'd do that. I think I'd just freak out and probably like jump off a fucking roof or something, like trying to fucking fly or escape the demons or some shit. Like I'd probably
gotta fly away.
Lay down and think I'm dead for like 4 hours.
Yeah, for anyone out there that ever gets in that situation, take Bill Hicks' advice and try it taking off from the ground first and check it out. Don't just jump off the building.
Yeah. If you're ever going to do any kind of drug, try to find somebody you can trust who's done it before to kind of be your fucking babysitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
Always have a babysitter.
Yeah. No, the first time I did the LSD, it was with a few people that, well, they were doing it too, obviously, but yeah, they had definitely done it before.
Yeah. I mean, even that's not the most ideal, but that's way better than just doing it by yourself, like a million times.
Yeah, it can go sideways on you, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, sorry to hear that, Nakano. He has new pills and is making his head feel like 10 gallons of water, high but with no energy.
Damn.
Yeah, you get over that. Just keep taking them. Yeah, that goes away.
I'm not sure what they are. It might be a cold pill or something, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, it is kind of funny because I did not like taking painkillers when I first started taking them, and I ended up in fucking rehab with them. So.
Yeah, that's got to be a weird flip.
Yeah.
One day you're like,
funny.
You know what? I really fucking like this.
I used to hate this, and now I'm waking up and just being like, I better take some. My back's gonna be hurting.
It's got to be a trip because like you said, like you actually had the back pain. And you still do, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So it's like, on the one hand, it's like it genuinely is helping a real problem, but on the other hand, it's creating another real problem.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's why I stick with the Suboxone, dude. I don't, unless my back gets really horrible, there's no way I'm going back to that shit.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all.
Yeah. I would actually go through the surgery before going back on the fucking pain pills, dude.
Yep.
And that surgery terrifies me, dude.
Oh, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're going to operate on my spine. I don't know what specifically they do, but anybody operating on my spine I find that idea terrifying, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree on that.
Yeah, so that's why I've been putting it off for fucking 30 years or whatever, 20 years at least.
Yeah, but I mean, there's always that chance you come out and like your legs don't fucking work or something, man. I can't blame you for that at all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hot damn.
Oh, he used to have alprazolam, which, if I'm not mistaken, is Xanax.
Oh damn.
Or Xanax, I believe.
Yeah, it's weird how they have different names in different countries.
Well, no, alprazolam is what's the generic. It's same here.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's either Xanax or it's Prozac. I can't remember which. But I only know because I do so many. It is Xanax. Yeah, because I work in psych, so I've seen like every fucking med people take.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they took away your Xanax, dude. What the fuck, man? That's that cool.
Yeah, I've never taken Xanax, dude. I had plenty of opportunities, dude, but I never It wasn't opiates. That's all I knew. That's all I cared about.
So Xanax is really good. Like, it kills your anxiety altogether, but there's a very slight intoxication to it, almost like being drunk, but not like impaired drunk.
Right. Yeah, so it's a benzo, right?
Like, to the point where you'll just say shit that you don't necessarily want to say out loud sometimes.
Mm-hmm. But you're not like sloppy all like you are when you're drunk.
No, not at all. Not even close. Sort of like just barely starting to buzz. And like, I didn't really like that part of it. Like, that part of it I could have definitely done without.
Mm.
Like, I like the anxiety killing thing, but man, after like a couple of days, you're like, I'm gonna get myself in trouble because I'm not really in control of what's coming out of my mouth all the time, and that's not.
Are you gonna say it or am I, Hearth?
What's that? Oh, he doesn't can't control
How is
it.
that different? How is that different?
Yeah, how's that different than how you are now?
I don't swear at work. I don't swear at all at work. I don't really get into anything questionable. I don't.
And here you had jokes. You had to go serious on us. God damn it!
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm a totally different
you,
person at work, and then with Xanax, I'm not necessarily a different person at work. And this person that you guys know is not somebody that my company really wants working there.
Clearly, you're an HR nightmare.
Yeah. Everybody likes me, so it was cool. Nobody had a problem with me because I'm a nice guy, but I think it was going to eventually go too far.
Mm-hmm. Get a little too comfortable with it.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure like after a month or two, I would have adjusted. You know what I mean? Like, you adjust to anything sooner or later.
Right. Yeah.
Well, he says most people get the sharper and focus on stuff. Yeah, no, I never got that. The one thing it really did was help me sleep.
Well, that's usually it's always a good thing.
Oh, sleep is glorious. Get as much of that shit as I can.
Yeah, I have bouts of insomnia all the time. I have to end up taking like fucking 4 or 5 fucking Unisoms, dude, to fucking get a decent sleep.
Oh yeah, no, I'm lucky that I have the lorazepam. That's definitely nice. Because like I get the 0.5 milligram, but I can take up to 1 milligram for sleep, and that'll definitely help me sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I take the whole milligram, I'm usually gonna pass out.
Incapacitated for a little while.
Definitely not going to go anywhere and do much of anything if I take the whole milligram. But that's like the standard for a lot of my clients, man. That's like I take a 0.5 milligram, they take a full one as a standard. And man, I don't know. Like a lot of them take it like 2 or 3 times a day, just as a normal, like a regular medication.
God damn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then the guy was going to give me clonazepam, which is like a step up from lorazepam. But I was like real leery of that one. Like, I don't know about that.
You mean Klonopin?
Yes, Klonopin.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I've heard of it.
Even I know that's a fucking doozy.
Yeah.
I've never taken it, but definitely know what it does.
Yeah.
Well, the people I've seen that do take it, it puts them down.
Yeah. Well, I remember in my first rehab, they would give us Seroquel for sleep at night. And then I found out like one of the chicks that was in there was taking, and I was taking like, I think at one point I was up to like 150 milligrams. But I cut way back because I was doing shit like waking up and pissing in the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
So I cut way back. But there was a chick there that was taking like 500 milligrams during the day.
Yeah.
And I was like, how the fuck are you functioning, dude?
I've seen people who take it like up to 1,000 milligrams a day. I think is the highest I've ever seen.
Jesus. Seriously, 150 was kicking my fucking ass, dude.
They'll usually take like 200 or 300 in the morning, and then at 5 p.m. they'll take like another 200 or 300, and then the balance of it they'll take at night, right before they go to bed.
So is it they're just used to it, or what? I don't understand how, or does it affect them?
Yeah, I mean, look, there was one chick I worked with who was taking Well, you know, enough medications that it would have fucking killed a whale. Like legit, like more medications than I've seen any human being ingest ever before in my life. And she was hyper as a mofo all day long.
So they must just get used to it, I would imagine.
Man. Some of them it just burns off. It doesn't, you know, it affects you differently depending on your brain chemistry. And some of them, their brain chemistry, man, it just barely fucking touches it.
Jesus.
I mean, there was one lady who couldn't sleep, and they ended up giving her like temazepam, Rufidol, which is roofies, like legit roofies.
Right.
And like 500 or 600 milligrams of Seroquel at night.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And then I think she could take like lorazepam on top of it if she needed it.
That's insane, dude.
Like a 1 or a 2 milligram pill. It was just, and like this lady would just wake up and scream in the middle, or like not even wake up. She would just scream every so often in her sleep.
Jesus.
Well, I read her history. I ain't gonna get into it, but let me just say, like, not a surprise.
Yeah.
So
it's usually the case for that.
Yeah. I felt really bad for her, but at the same time, I'd be working, and all of a sudden, they'd be like, ah! She's like, motherfucker. It's like every night, you know, you're going to get startled at least 3 or 4 times.
What? Damn.
Didn't wake anybody else up, though. Everybody else just slept right through it, which was a little weird. And then we had this one dude who would refuse to wear his CPAP machine and had some real weird, like, snoring issues with his adenoids and tonsils and shit. And he snored so loud that upstairs, it sounded like you were, like, when you were downstairs and he was upstairs sleeping, it sounded like he was in the room with you.
God damn, dude.
I
thought mine was bad.
Everybody slept, man. He didn't keep anybody awake. It was
half of them are people on stuff that probably zonks them out.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
But
no, I sleep on my stomach, because if I don't sleep on my stomach, I snore like fucking crazy, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm the same way, and I still snore on my stomach, I'm sure.
Yeah, apparently when I was with the ex, like her kids literally thought there was a fucking bear in the house. I'm snoring that loud.
We went to a fucking, because this reminds me of like the bachelor party we threw for my buddy before he got married. He didn't want to do the stripper thing because he wasn't really into strippers. So we rented out like a vacation house down on the coast, like a real like kind of upclass vacation house for like $1,000 for like a weekend. And fucking one of the guys claimed he had such a bad snoring problem that he needed his own room, and that's why he should get the bed all to himself. And like I was hella young, so I didn't know any better.
Right.
Yeah, that was a pain in the ass. I'm like, and this motherfucker didn't pay a dime, and now he gets the other private room, like the bachelor guy, like he got the nicest room in the place, but there's only one other bedroom.
Well, that is kind of messed up, dude.
Yeah, and this guy just didn't fucking pay who didn't pay shit. He didn't contribute to the food, the booze, nothing.
Wow, that's some nerve, man. If I was that guy and I didn't pay anything, I'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna sleep outside because I snore.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was like a really comfortable, like sort of like window bed thing. That was just like a bed, but like in the window frame. I don't know how to explain it.
Kind of like a big bay window kind of thing.
Yeah, but like plenty big enough for like a person to sleep.
Right.
Like a good sized person too. Like it was a little bit longer than like a twin bed and a little bit wider. That kind of like the cushions all came out and you could sleep there. And then there was like a couch that you could sleep on that was pretty damn comfortable. Like it kind of folded over into a bed thing. And so I mean it wasn't terrible. It was just one of those things where it's like, man, if I'd have been different back then, I definitely would not have fucking played that game.
I ain't gonna put with your shit.
I'm gonna go get some earplugs, motherfucker, and you can sleep on the couch.
Yeah, exactly. You ain't paid shit. You ain't getting the bed.
Oh man.
Yeah. So what else?
Let's see here. What do I got? What do I got?
I love this. Akinara, thanks for that. Beth method of snoring is chloroform. There you go.
So there's a controversial drug-fueled sex party holiday moved to a private island.
Nice.
It's an X-rated event promising sex with 60 prostitutes and an unlimited supply of cocaine. And they moved it to a secret Caribbean island.
Nice.
It was in Colombia, but I guess the Colombian government kind of got a little tired of it.
We're sick of your shit, rich, snooty people.
4,000 pounds a person for a ticket for the event. And I'm sure that doesn't even begin to cover the expenses. Like, I'm sure 4,000 is the ticket, but you're probably paying something like 20 or 30 grand for your weekend easily.
Yeah, you got that many chicks that you can just take your pickup to fuck. It's going to have to cost a lot more than that, dude.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you tip people and fucking you got to pay for your food and your drinks, and you're buying food and drinks for the hookers. And
yeah, although it's Colombia, so maybe not. Everything could be a hell of a lot cheaper.
Yeah, so it's US, 10 grand US. So to put it in perspective.
Yeesh.
10 grand for a week, for a time you'll probably not remember because you'll be drugged out so fucking hard.
Well, it's cocaine. You probably will remember.
Yeah, that's
you'll
true.
Remember, and you'll probably make a lot of really bad business decisions.
Yeah, that's true. See, maybe the people of like the Caribbean would thought it's like, okay, well, if we host this for only a couple times, they're all gonna get so coked out that most of them are gonna die. So that means we won't have to deal with this after a while.
How do you get money if they're dead? Do you just like go in their fucking wallet? Before you call the police, you're like, all right, check his wallet. All right.
You have them. You have them sign over. It's like, if I die, I will donate my money to the to the government, to those that own this land.
Makes sense.
There you go. You just drop him, and it's like, he didn't have to consume that much cocaine.
His kidneys and shit.
Yeah,
selling his liver, his kidneys, his heart, his stomach, whatever you can get out of him.
You don't need.
Yeah, harvest that. Harvest his organs. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
A few of them are probably going to be damaged from the cocaine use, but there's got to be a few that are still good.
Oh, it's just like a hobo. Something's got to work.
Yeah.
It's got to check under the hood.
Yeah. I mean, hobos, you don't got to wait for them to die. Can you tell
follow him around?
Because I'm just a little more vicious than usual.
Yeah, you see a hobo with a cough, just keep following him around because he's going to kick the bucket soon.
Or you get a bucket and hit him in the back of the head with it. I mean, depending on how you want to do things.
I just picture, like, some hobo with a cough just, like, walking around the streets, and, like, two guys in, like, doctor scrubs just, like, fucking following him around. Just, like, we have one's holding, like, a bag.
Oh, like, God.
One of them's wheeling around a tub full of ice, dude.
And it's like he coughs every once in a while, and they'll go, like,
they all get ready. Pull out scalpels and shit.
Oh, we're gonna still have to wait till he drops.
I'm not dead yet. No, really, I feel like dancing.
Yeah, Monty Python.
Yeah, it is Monty Python.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Bring out your dead. I got this one. He's not dead. He will be. He's soon. And then you hear the old guy, I'm not dead yet.
I'm feeling much better.
Yeah. What is it? The cops come by and like hit him on the head with a fucking club.
Yeah, dude.
And he's like, oh, thanks, Governor. And then, like, the group rides by, or not rides by, they skip by with making the horse noises. And the peasants are like, who are those? Oh, they must be kings. Why? Oh, they're not dirty.
That whole exchange was great, dude. I don't remember voting for the king.
Oh, so much fun. Monty Python. So, that would be awesome to bring back. I don't know why not if they tried to remake it now, because the people aren't there, but
yeah, that'd be a tough one, man.
Just play the old shows on reruns or something on TV. I don't know why that shit ain't on TV no more.
Yeah, I guess BBC must show it occasionally. Although no, actually, I don't think I've ever seen it even on BBC America.
Yeah,
they show fucking Star Trek and fucking Kitchen Nightmares.
Well, you can probably find it on YouTube.
Oh, and Doctor Who. Sorry, I forgot. They do a lot of Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, Doctor Who. Not a fan myself, but I people really like that show. So
yeah, no, I like it, dude. Or I like the ones with David Tennant as Doctor Who. All the rest of them are kind of.
I'm gonna say I like it because I don't want the internet to hate me.
Whereas clearly I'm like, it's not my thing. So
it's like, and then you hear in the distance.
Oh yeah, well I mean that's just the Hootards, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not going to get upset for you not liking it. I'm definitely nowhere near that.
No. Well, I'm just throwing stuff out in case people watching it and after we're done and they're like, "You son of a bitch, I like it."
Yeah,
I don't care, man. People like it or not my thing.
Change the name of the stream to Doctor Who Sucks, and we'll see what happens.
See how many people we can get to watch.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, for you guys, I'd be the one they'd be crucifying.
Oh, yeah.
They'd probably try to find my house, not to fucking out me, but just to stab me when I'm walking out to my car someday.
Yeah.
Get like a fucking replica TARDIS that's like, like 12 inches long and just like stab me to death with that fucker.
Yeah. Stabbed by a TARDIS shiv, dude.
They'd shiv me with a TARDIS, and then like after I'm dead, they'd shove like a replica fucking what are those little R2D2 looking things?
The Daleks?
Yeah, the Daleks.
Daleks?
Whatever they are, yeah. The ones that have like the rounded head, they're like a robot thing.
It's like a futuristic pit bull, a Daleks.
they're like little R2D2 looking things. They get one of those and shove it up my ass just after after I was dead. It's like a last little fuck you on the way.
Yeah. Exterminate! Shoving up your ass.
Yeah, my mom and my sister, like the David Tennant ones, they loved those. They still watch it though, but like the David Tennant ones were the ones they really got a kick out of.
Yeah, no, I'm the same, dude.
And then
the other ones are like, but yeah, he was really good.
The other big fandom is Supernatural.
Oh yeah,
a lot of ladies love the Supernatural.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
It's really good for like the first 5 or 6 seasons, but it's like 13 now, I think.
Just kind of fucking running on fumes now, coasting on its past success.
Well, like the whole first 5 or 6 seasons, they're fighting the devil, and then after that, it's like, who's worse? So they just start making weird shit up.
Oh,
then eventually you're like, man, I just want these poor people to die.
Damn.
Well, they keep dying, but I want them to die for good and not to have to be going through this torture all the time anymore. Because in that show, everybody dies and then comes back, except for the one character everybody wants to come back.
One of those.
Yeah, there was like so like the two main characters had sort of like their mom and their dad were both gone, but they come back and go again a couple times. But they had this like sort of father figure mentor in the like hunting demons and evil things game named Bobby, and Bobby died in like this really brutal way that was unexpected. And then they just never brought him back, despite like everyone else in the show being brought back from the dead constantly.
Yeah, they didn't want to pay him. He was asking for too much money.
And he was one of the most popular characters on the show. And it's a beefcake show, and he was an ugly dude. So it was like he really like people genuinely loved him. Because the rest of the a lot of the rest of the people, they're like, they're hot, but whatever, they'll bring other hot people in.
Yeah. So it was he probably asked for too much money, dude.
They could be.
Like, we're gonna write you out of the show. We're gonna kill you off, and you're gonna be the one guy we don't bring back.
He's almost like that Sean Bean guy, where like he just dies in like really sad ways and like everything he's in. So It's kind of like How He Do. Like in movies and shows and stuff, he's the character that dies unfortunately.
Kind of like Danny Trejo.
Yeah, like Danny Trejo, Sean Bean. There's a few of them. Like they're really good at dying in a really sad way.
He dies so well.
Danny Trejo had to make his own fucking movies so he didn't fucking die finally.
Yeah, Machete.
Machete.
Isn't there like a sequel to that shit? I never did.
Oh yeah, there's a couple
I saw
of them.
The first one, but
they're fucking glorious. They're so over the top. They're so fucking Mexico inspired, dude. So fucking over the top.
Well, it's like the Planet Terror and Death Drive, I think it is. Where was it Rodriguez and Tarantino teamed up to make like a double feature, like a 70s style double feature.
Oh, really?
And
I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's great. It's similar to like Machete and just being so over the top and ridiculous.
Yeah, although From Dusk Till Dawn was pretty over the top, I guess, too. So
yeah, it's in the same vein, but it's like it's very much based on like 70s action flicks.
Oh, gotcha.
So Planet Terror is like a zombie 70s action flick that's just way over the top and hilarious, and then Death Drive is like a thriller horror movie kind of action flick from the 70s. But they were released as a double feature, so like you legit go to the theater and it was like you watch both movies for the price of one.
Oh, right on.
And like they had a fucking
I missed that.
They had a built-in you know the part in the middle where you go to the lobby and you're supposed to get snacks and take a piss and shit? I forget what they called it. Yeah, they had an actual legit intermission in it where they played like cartoons and stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it was just like going to a movie when you were like a super little kid, and they still kind of had a few. I think they had a few of those in the 80s. But the place I went to was like a super old theater that it was like a historical landmark theater. And so it had it was all Victorian style, like the 70s and shit. And it had like a 2-story audience place. So we were sitting on like the second floor watching.
They actually had a balcony?
We were in the balcony seats.
Did you have like little binoculars?
No, it wasn't that cool. I wish that would have been fun.
Or a monocle at least.
Hat. Yes. Huge top hat and binocs. Binoculars on the end of a stick. Binoculars on the end of a stick, dude.
I was visiting my friend out of town. I didn't actually know ahead of time that I was going to go to that theater. I probably would have fucking bought a top hat. It would have been worth it, man. That was a cool.
Fuck yeah.
It's almost worth driving 6 hours to go see a movie there. That must be pretty goddamn nice, dude.
No,
I'm not going to go see a movie.
Almost. It's so fucking great. It's almost
so close, but
right there. It was 5 hours. It's like 5 hours great, not quite 6 hours great.
I could see living in that city. That was a very fun city to hang out in, but I don't know if it would be as fun on a regular basis as it was for like a vacation, though. There's always that allure. You know, you go someplace for vacation, you're like, oh, this is the best place ever. But then maybe if you live there, not so much.
Yeah, anywhere you live, pretty much, it's going to end up sucking, you know, at some point. You're going to be just over it.
That's why I want to live out in the middle of nowhere on like 100 acres of land. So like there's nobody near me. You know, I don't got anything to worry about. It's like a couple square miles of land where like nobody's close to me at all.
Yeah, let's save up, dude. Or you want to go completely solitary?
Oh no, I just want to get away from like city and shit. You know, like no traffic. Pick your vegetables. Grow like your own vegetables and shit. Like a cult, essentially.
A commune / cult, dude. Let's do it. Let's fucking start saving up, dude.
And the adventure begins again.
Yeah. Come on, you don't want to be in a cult?
See, the funny part is when Engelhardt is making fun of us, but we actually live on a compound.
Who's laughing now, buddy? Todd. Everybody's going to be Todd, just like in Bubble Boy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We're all Todd.
Well, hate to leave on such Such a nice topic. As you guys slowly try to develop the means to get a cult going.
Akinara will join us. You might make fun of us, but Akinara will be there.
I will wait for the day that you guys cut the ribbon to your new cult / compound.
Oh, we have to make it look like a horror movie compound, though.
Of course.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Jesus.
Anyways, I gotta get going.
Hey, thanks for stopping by, Hearth.
But of course.
Peace out.
Peace.
So now that he's gone, we can make fun of him, right?
Yeah. No, he'll be in the chat. You know how he is. He'll be in the chat.
I'm just
sneaky like that.
We gotta wait 10 minutes before we make fun of Angle Hearth. I know. No.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a crazy one. This was I forgot about this one. This is actually right here was a pretty crazy fucking story. I don't know if this is new or not. I think it's new. It's due November 18th. So a couple of days ago, one of the generals, like a 4-star general who's a commander of like a nuclear commander, said he would resist the order if President Trump ordered him to launch nuclear weapons.
Wow.
Which, like on the one hand, it's like, yeah, dude, I don't think Trump's going to be launching nuclear weapons, so it's probably not a big deal. But on the other hand, it's like, that's your fucking job. And if the president orders you, you fucking do it.
Yeah, is he saying like absolutely, or is he saying it's conditional? Like if he's just deciding to do it on a whim?
If he determines that the president's order is illegal, he won't do it.
Mm.
He'll provide the president with other options. It's not that bad, but at the same time, I'm like, you may not necessarily have all the information that the president does. He's a 4-star general. He'll have a lot, but he won't necessarily have all the information.
Yeah, and I don't know why
the president's ordering a strike to prevent like the strike from coming back at us type thing. His refusal to follow the order could cost billions of lives, or not billions, but millions of lives in the U.S. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know why he's doing this, dude. It reeks of virtue signaling bullshit to me.
Yeah, well, and like I said, it's probably never going to come to be an issue. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If the president sends an order to launch on like North Korea, it's probably to prevent us from getting nuked.
Yeah,
and whether it's a legal order or not, I don't give a shit at that point. Follow the president's fucking order.
Yeah, no shit. Like, what do you want to? It's not something you can really like vote publicly in Congress about. You know what I mean? Like, if you realize you need to do this to stop North Korea from doing it, you can't let fucking North Korea know that we know. It's fucking weird, dude.
Akino says it's one of those generals who will not attack if Chinese send nukes because it would be racist.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it just blows my mind because it's like, yo, man, like, I understand to an extent, but at the same time, like, the commander-in-chief is the whole point. Like, he is the leader of the army.
Yeah, it's really a fucking, just a bad idea to fucking bother saying that.
Yeah.
Because
even if it's what you would do.
Yeah.
I would say that at this point, they retire him. Like, it's be like, it was nice having you working with us, but we're going to discharge you now.
Yeah, because like if what if Kim Jong-il or whatever one is in there now? I still can't fucking tell the difference. But yeah, what if they hear that and they're like, well, fuck, let's get the plans going.
They're pussies.
This guy's not going to fucking launch anything. He's a fucking never Trumper, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. That's one. Then there was the guy who was like who gave the diversity speech. I saw that on.
The Air Force guy.
Yeah, where it turned out the guy, all the racist stuff was like the guy himself doing it to himself to avoid getting in trouble.
Yeah. He was allegedly about to get kicked out anyway, right?
Yeah, he was going to get kicked out. So he made up like this racist attack on himself and then did it himself in order to get out of it.
Yeah, to fucking try to draw. Yeah.
And this guy was like, diversity is our strength. If you don't like people, get out. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, you need to get the fuck out because that's not how the military works.
Yeah,
the military is by design discriminatory. They only want the best of the best. They don't want people that can't do what they need to do.
Yeah, and it does not seem to
be a lot of people killed.
Yeah, it does not discriminate based on race or any of that shit.
No, but it is very discriminatory, and it's not about diversity. It's about who can do what we need done.
It's a merit based, dude. That's no problem, dude.
And it was
if you're discriminating on merit, if you're discriminating on merit, that should be okay.
Yeah, I don't even care. They can be racist as fuck, man. The whole point is you want a military that will function as best as it possibly can, and will kill all the bad guys before they kill you. Even though reality, there's a lot more gray area. But I just don't want to, I don't want a pussy military that's gonna fucking get killed.
Right.
I want the best of the best of the best, and I don't care who they are. And if they decided they only wanted white people for whatever reason, then fine, I don't care. That's just not one of those places where I'm prepared to argue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't imagine that would be if that were the case.
No, they'd never do that because that would cut them off from a lot of people from the other races that are really good. But still, the point is not diversity. The point is they are discriminatory. They are supposed to be.
Yeah.
But I have a problem with this. Let's put women in combat. Let's
Yeah. No, that is.
Let's not.
Yeah. If they make the cut, if they can actually.
I don't even think that. I think there's such a small percentage of women who are probably capable of making the cut that it's not worth creating the difficulty that would occur and figuring out all the other things like showering and are they going to have their own private little area, the tent when they're in the field, weird shit.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter. It does not matter if they're even fucking butch, ugly bitches. If there's pussy around,
the field, it's going to get weird,
Yeah, if there's pussy around. Yeah, I'll tell a quick story that I heard about that kind of relates to this. The sober living houses that I was at when they first started, they were like co-ed, and basically it caused huge fucking problems.
Yep.
Because the fucking chicks in there, and they were from all I understood were not in the least attractive. They were fucking hideous.
Oh yeah.
But there were still fucking dudes fighting over them, and then fucking all that kind of shit happening. Just from a fucking sober living guys. Right?
Women fighting over guys. Both of those things happen all the time in the houses I work at.
Yeah.
That are co-ed.
Yeah, so it's not a good idea, dude. Especially combat.
One of the things
have that kind of fucking distractions, dude.
One of the things I was really happy about where I work now is that it's all men. It could have been all men or all women, but just it's not mixed anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super happy that I'm not dealing with that because if it was mixed, that was the worst.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised at all, dude. Yeah, like I said, you isolate that. It doesn't matter how fucking shitty the pussy is.
Well, and if they had full on squads of the females for combat that were just women, I would be less concerned. But if they're trying to mix women into the male squads, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, it is not a good idea.
You're not going to get enough. You're not going to get enough women who can handle the combat that it's going to be worth the chaos.
Sorry,
that's all I'm saying. I don't know, but and I'm sure there's a lot of people who are like, "Oh, that's sexist." Yes.
Yeah,
it's also reality.
It's a fucking fact. Yeah, it is a fucking fact.
It's just the reality, man. You can't let that shit go. It doesn't work.
Yeah,
it's caused all sorts of issues in other countries where they'll get women coming in and trying to get pregnant to get fucking benefits and retire and part of the soldier's salary and that's in Europe and stuff, not third world countries, but in straight up Western first world countries that do that.
Yeah.
And there's enough of that even with the non-combat ladies in the military, and it's just
it's a bad idea.
Flying jets and shit. You could have mixed squads flying planes. That would be a whole different thing because they're not camping out in the field and shit.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely a little different.
Yeah, that might work just fine.
Although even then, if they're fucking housed together, you know what I mean?
Well, but you wouldn't have to. It'd be so much easier.
That's true.
An aircraft carrier and stuff like that. They already have facilities for everybody in aircraft carriers.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they do have women on some of those ships, so they wouldn't have to change anything.
Yeah.
But
that's it.
I like drones, maybe.
Mm.
Arming bases. I think you could do that because you're already going to have women for like medical and other stuff and administration in some of the bases when they're fully established.
Right.
So I think there are situations where you could allow like the combat ready ladies, but just not in like the field, like out in the front lines and shit where it's boots on the ground is probably not a good plan.
Yeah. Yeah. Indeed.
Yay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy how they try to just deny nature like that. Like, or human nature. It's just, yeah. Again, it's people that want to live in this act like the theoretical utopia they envision in their head is how the real world actually works.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a big problem with a lot of the leftists. They're like, no, this is the way it should be, so let's act like it is.
Well, I mean, it's like my little brother was flipping shit over me saying that Antifa was like a violent terrorist organization. I'm like, what else would you qualify them as?
Right.
He's like, there's no documentation of them killing anybody. I'm like, what? I didn't say they killed them. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's not killing is not the only form of violence.
And I'm like, look, they're one of the cornerstones of the Black Bloc. They're anarcho-communists. Like it was so bizarre. Like he was just determined that they were not what they are. Like, and who
cares if they've been declared a terrorist organization? That's bullshit. Yeah.
Well, he just wanted to be angry, so I was just like, all right, I'm gonna walk away now.
All right.
I'm not gonna agree on this, and I'm not gonna fight you over this.
Yeah. You realize something's pointless. You're just like, all right.
Yeah. Well, he's thinking that and wanting me to show him proof. And I'm like, look, you can look it up on YouTube and stuff. I'm not.
Right.
You clearly have already made up your mind. You're angry about it.
Yeah, just gonna explain away any proof you show him.
Yeah,
most likely, right?
I can see somebody clinging to Black Lives Matter as a protest group and saying, "Well, it's not all of them; it's just certain parts of them."
Yeah, just the leadership.
But like Antifa, like their website specifically promotes violence, and they have training videos for being violent, and they actively encourage the violence and the communism. So don't.
Really, it's a good thing that they're
about overthrowing the government. Like I don't understand.
Yeah. It really is a good thing that they're so lousy at it, because they would be dangerous if they were fucking good at the violence.
The November 4th stuff wasn't Antifa.
Oh, really?
It was a different group that kind of tried to represent themselves as Antifa for the attention.
Oh, gotcha.
There's all these different Black Bloc groups. I mean, the Antifa is one of the big ones, but there's a bunch of little ones too.
Yeah.
And I think this was one of the little ones, and like I think their protests lasted a few hours and barely anybody showed up.
Right. That's funny.
I thought it was fucking hilarious because they just like didn't they didn't even fizzle. They didn't even start. They didn't even get big enough to fizzle out.
Yeah, it's fucking goddamn. Poor little guys. They want to be so important, so edgy.
Well, I mean, in the end of the day, it's unfortunate the police didn't do their jobs, but on the other hand, it might be for the best because now none of them can be martyrs.
Right.
Martyrs for the cause and make it romantic and get more people to join up and because there's a lot of times these kind of groups, especially with young kids, they think it's cool, so they'll join up and then they slowly get sucked into the point where they're committing felonies.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and then them just beating up on old people, just makes them look bad. And
like some of the ones I've seen, like there's a couple more than once that it's been like some dude in a wheelchair that you start pounding the guy.
Yeah, I can't.
What is wrong with you? Like, how do you get that far gone?
Yeah, that's amazing, dude.
Like a dude in a wheelchair of all places. Like I don't.
Yeah, no, it's pathetic, man.
I can see how you could justify in your head fighting against a bunch of people that are, also wearing body armor and fucking masks. Some of those like stick man and shit like that.
Right.
But like some dude it looks like he's 80, just chilling in a wheelchair saying, look, I'm a vet. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, not that guy.
And you feel like, I should punch this dude. Like, wait, where did that come from?
Yeah, no, they're fucking cowards, dude. You know, if it's anything remotely, anything near even odds, they don't fucking try shit. You know, they're really cowardly. Like, they literally have to have at least 5-to-1 fucking odds.
Well, that's why they attack all the fash cans.
Yeah, the fash cans. Nobody defends the fash cans.
Yep.
Poor fash cans.
I did see one clip where they were fighting over, like, a dumpster.
Oh, really?
Like, the little ones with, like, the 2 plastic lids, the big rectangle ones.
Right.
And they just, like, the 2 sides were just yanking and pulling it back and forth. And I'm just like, why are you fighting over a dumpster?
That's fucking awesome.
I'm sure it makes sense to the people who are, like, on the ground in the situation, but from anybody else's point of view, you look ridiculous.
They're like, no, you're not going to take your aggression out on this poor defenseless fash can.
Well, and they kept it going back and forth, and it slowly made its way down the street as they were arguing over which side was going to take possession of the trash can.
Oh, man, that's fucking awesome.
Oh, it was pretty good. It was almost as good as the smoke bomb. The smoke bomb is, I think, the best thing out of all of the Antifa videos.
Right.
The one where they threw the smoke bomb and then it just blew all right back in their own faces.
They're such fucking idiots, dude. They're so fucking... Like I said, if they actually knew what they were doing and actually had any kind of physical prowess at all, they would be dangerous.
One of the major YouTubers that was on the ground there, I think it was Lauren Southern, was there, and she looked over, and some other guy was like, "How dumb could you be?" And then they all charged. Just like, there was a moment where everybody's like, "I can't believe this just happened."
Oh man!
You know what kills me though is that it keeps happening. Like the mayors of these towns and the governors keep allowing the towns to be destroyed.
Yeah.
By Antifa, and nobody's stepped in.
Yeah. Well, that's mainly in your state, dude. That's mainly where it happens.
Oregon. A lot of it's.
Oh yeah. Oregon's fucking hippie central too. Fucking idiots.
But it just blows my mind that nobody's like organized and filed lawsuits. You know, or something like that, or some criminal action hasn't been taken by like
the banks,
sessions,
because they like to attack banks, obviously, being the anarcho-capitalists they are.
Oh yeah, well, you think like some of the businesses would file lawsuits against the city for abandoning them, and you'd think some of the citizens would too, the ones that get injured, especially the ones who aren't really like they were just walking down the street.
Right.
That happens a lot.
Yeah, and they got sucked in, and they thought they were just because they weren't wearing fucking masks and carrying.
Some of them were like Democrats. They're not. They think Antifa are cool until they get beat up.
Yeah, it's amazing, dude. It's really amazing that they fucking let them do that shit. Yeah. That fucking mayor of Berkeley should be arrested, dude. Jesus Christ.
Direct financial and personal ties to like an organization that is Antifa. An organization that's named a terrorist group.
Yeah. How does that? I don't know. Can't see that dude being reelected, but then again, you never fucking know.
Well, I mean, are the votes being? How many people are voting, and how many people that are dead are voting, and how many illegal immigrants are voting in that town?
Right.
You know, I mean, that's how a big part of why they wanted the mass immigration. And why every time they had mass immigration, they kept putting them in red states.
Trying to turn them blue?
They're trying to turn them blue.
Yeah.
You know, that's the goal. That's what they did in the UK. That's why the mayor of London is like a fucking terrorist.
Yeah, that is fucking amazing.
He is one of the Islam terrorists. Like he's shutting down police stations and trying to give them their own little caliphate. Essentially. Yeah.
I don't understand how they're not revolting against that shit, dude.
That's what they're doing in France right now. Like the people the government people in France are starting to argue for, let's take all of our police out of the no-go zones and just make those Islamic states, in our country.
Oh my God! How did the citizens fucking put up with this shit, dude?
Well, you know what? You know what we have that they don't, right?
Yeah.
We have two things that none of the other citizens don't. We have real rights, and we have guns.
Right. We have the First and Second Amendment.
They don't have guns. So if they want to fight back, it's going to be a lot more of an uphill battle.
Yeah,
They'll still win. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if the people revolt, they'll take out the military. It's just not going to be the other way around.
Yeah.
And there's probably enough people with like hunting rifles and stuff to really even it out, but they still need to, like.
Yeah, it would take like, protests, and it would take like people actually being killed.
It's a big step. It's a big step to get enough people who are willing to risk everything they have.
Yeah.
There's still majority of those people are still very comfortable.
Yeah, until it's too late.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Like, honestly, I think if I were in that situation, I'd probably be like a serial killer. I'd just be taking them out every chance I could.
Right.
But I'd fucking be the only one.
Yeah.
Like, at a certain point, like, how many friends do you have that have been raped, or your kids, or your neighbors, or your, these kids are your friends, your kids' friends and stuff. Like, how many people get raped and beaten up before you're like, I'm going to kill these people. Like, it's the only way to keep my family and my friends and my country safe.
Yeah, I can imagine, man. Yeah, I don't. You got to figure most of them in France, UK, all these places have to know someone pretty close to them that has suffered, or that has a family member that suffered. Like, there's got to be a lot, fucking huge amount of them that know somebody pretty close to them.
Have you seen the videos now of like the French police trying to go into the no-go zones and just like, hundreds of Islam or Muslims just come out and start beating their cars up?
No shit.
When the police have to leave, they run.
Wow.
I mean, you're talking about two cops in a car and like 100 dudes coming out and pounding on it with sticks. I mean,
and they don't do anything. They just fucking leave and don't come back. That's fucking amazing, dude.
Akino says it's not about guns. There's actually a lot of guns in Europe, and you can buy them easily, but it's about carrying it. Yeah, well, I mean, Akino, you're in Spain, man. Like, it's just that it's in such a small area. Like, we see the worst of the worst. We don't see the day-to-day life. Is it just that it's in small areas in the city, and the majority of the people in Spain just don't have to deal with the problems? Because I know Spain's being overrun by a lot of Muslims, too. And now we'll just sit here and wait for the delay. But yeah, no, it's crazy.
Yeah, well, Poland doesn't put up with any shit. Poland and Hungary are not putting up with all the shit that the other countries are.
Yeah, in Poland, it's a month and some money and a psych test. Yeah, no, you can get guns in Europe. I know you can get guns in Europe, but like, you can't necessarily get like assault rifles, right? Or maybe you can in some of those fucking Balkan states. I wouldn't be surprised.
Right. Yeah, if not, well, I've heard that's where they get fucking AKs from, because they manufacture them so fucking cheap.
Yeah.
An AK for a rifle that was built, in 47 or 1947, it's still a pretty effective fucking gun.
Well, an AK is pretty much equal to an M16 or like an AR-15.
Yeah. Honestly, it's kind of superior in a lot of ways. As far as like not having a lot of moving parts and being easy to fucking, maintain and fix.
Oh, see, the problem is that people are lazy and they'd rather go to another city or a street instead. See, that's what I'm thinking. Is by the time people are willing to fight, it's going to be like half the people in your country are going to be Islam.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, you can't walk down that street, though, right? Like, the one street away that you live away from Akino. I mean, like, I don't know, man. Is it like that? Because it's, from what I see on the videos and stuff, it's real bad.
Yeah, like, you don't want to go in there. Yeah, I remember it was like watching, this was actually quite a while ago, I was watching this video where they were fucking, I think they were filming something like a news place, and like these guys, like, the group of the Islamic guys that patrolled the neighborhood or whatever, were basically strongly insisting that they get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much hinting that, hey, you guys are going to get your fucking asses kicked. At a minimum, you're going to get your asses kicked if you keep sticking around here. You guys need to go.
Yeah. Okinawa says it's a jungle filled with unemployed fags and women with minimum of 3 kids.
Wow.
I'm just thinking like Chicago.
Yeah. Well, dude, they fucking pay them. That's fucking insane the amount of shit they give these immigrants, man.
Oh, Jesus, man. The stuff I saw on that was crazy. I don't know if it was in Canada, though. There was one thing going around, but I think it was Canadian. Where they were getting like $5,000 a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that was in Canada, not in the US.
Yeah, that was amazing. Because what the fuck? Canada's not doing that great to begin with, man. Like, how are they giving all this fucking...
Oh, so it's a very hostile environment when you walk there. But I'm sure if like the cops show up, they go after the cops, right? And he says you can walk through the streets, but they're hostile.
Yeah.
Give you hostile looks, I should say.
They're kind of eyeballing you, like, you better get the fuck out or keep moving on or whatever.
Yeah, you ain't gonna stop and hang out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fucked up, man.
Well, see, now, like, if it were me running the city and the fucking police got chased out with sticks, I'd send in the fucking military and be like, just kill everybody in that neighborhood.
Yeah, no shit.
But, I'm probably more fascist than any person they're likely to do.
It would be my first instinct. I might try to find another way, but dude, my first instinct would be like, get the fucking SWAT team in there. Everybody's coming on duty. And we're fucking cleaning that shit out.
And I'd just be like, just shoot and kill them all.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, go door to door.
Yeah.
Just ask anybody that looks Muslim. Like,
I could deport them. No, deporting them would probably just cause more problems.
Not unless you build a wall like we're building.
I was just thinking, like, those people are just gonna... Yeah, those people that get deported are going to try to find their way back in and do some terror shit.
Denmark built a wall, I think it was. There's a couple places over in Europe where they literally just built walls, and that's how they keep them out.
Could be Hungary. I heard Hungary and Poland are the two that I've heard of that are like not taking in immigrants and that kind of shit. Poland will fuck you up, dude. Polish is a lot. Poland is a lot like Russia in my mind, dude. Like, they're fucking pretty crazy, dude.
Oh yeah. Well, you look at, they like have marches and shit with the fucking Iron Eagle. They put like, no Nazis, but then there's the Iron Eagle in between. They're just like, Islam isn't welcome here. Shit like that. You're like, oh damn. But then, like as fucked up as people want to say, sorry, man, that's the right way to go. You can't let them in. You can't let them in, especially in a mass immigration.
Yeah.
It's like handing your country over to savages, man.
What was the
kind of respect? They're told by their own caliphate and caliphate, for anybody who doesn't know, is their religious leaders to not integrate with society and become like Americans or Europeans. They're told to fucking keep these little military bases essentially.
Yeah, it was amazing. I remember seeing a thing where they like they did like a poll or a survey or whatever of like the kids in these fucking little enclaves, and they literally think that like 99% of the fucking world or the country they live in is all Muslim because they only stay in that fucking neighborhood, dude. And they don't fucking get told anything else.
The natives.
Yeah.
They're basically told to go in and try to outbreed all the French people, and then so they can take over. That's their goal.
Yeah, this is what I guess people don't understand is like this is built into the fucking religion, is to pretend to be peaceful or whatever until you have the numbers.
Yeah.
And then you become you switch from peace and love Muhammad to fucking warlord Muhammad.
Akino says we are really toward the right in Poland. We like being retarded Slavs that fight for a bottle of vodka. I thought you were in Spain, Akino. I'm so confused. Are you like a Polish dude that moved to Spain? I'm very confused on this one. One of these days we'll have to get Akino on.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, James said you had talked to him about maybe doing some stuff together. Like we got to get him on at some point, or get both of us on one of his shows.
Yeah, that's right. I keep fucking forgetting. Yeah, I'll have to DM him, dude, because I haven't fucking. I forgot. Like I said, I sent it to Tim the other day, but he never ended up coming on Thursday. He said he was. I actually saw his DMs. He said he was involved in some drama on Twitter or something. But anyways, yeah, I completely forgot about James. I don't know if the hours are gonna work for him, dude, because I'm pretty sure he works. Like the Thursday one's probably out, and this one's probably out too. Because again, it starts at 11:30 here.
Oh well, then yeah, if you can find out a time when he's willing to come on, or we can go on his thing or something, definitely, yeah.
I'll DM him, dude, and see what he says.
Oh, so Akinoa says he's from Spain, or he's from Poland, but he lives in Spain.
Oh, okay.
And he works in Spain.
Gotcha.
But it makes sense. The Poles were between the Germans and the Russians, so they don't like when somebody forces them to change their country. I definitely understand that.
Yeah, that's true. It's been No, on my mother's side, they're all Polish. Oh, not all, but like my grandmother was Polish or half Polish. She was actually half Polish and half German, so that was a little weird, I guess. But like obviously her mother was from Poland. Like my great grandmother, my bachi was from Poland.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So Akinaro, if you have a good pierogi recipe, dude, I'd really like to get a good pierogi recipe. Or galumpkies. My grandmother made good galumpkies.
Pierogi, I gotta agree with you on that. I've never had galumpkies.
Yeah, it's basically like meat wrapped in cabbage and kind of like cooked in like a tomato, not broth, but like almost like a soupy
cabbage and meat. You're putting meat and cabbage together. I'm fucking in.
Yeah, no, that's cool. It's basically like just like a chunk of meat wrapped in cabbage. But it's like I said, it's weird because they actually, it's like tomato soup almost, but not that thick, like a thin. Like tomato, I don't know what the fuck you call it, but yeah, it's kind of like a stew almost, but the meat is kind of wrapped up in the cabbage.
I'm in. Well, I'm from an Irish family, so corned beef and cabbage is every year.
Oh God, I love that too. The fucking corned beef takes forever to cook, but man, once it's done, it's fantastic.
See, that's the positive side of cultural, appropriation.
Right. Yeah.
But wait, all of it is positive. You end up with superior culture like we have in the Western world.
Yeah, it's fucked up that you get all these great food from all these different cultures.
We'll be like, oh, you like it in the butt? All right, we're gonna have to hang you or throw you off a building or fucking burn you alive. Oh, you cheated on your husband? We're gonna bury you up to your neck in sand and throw rocks at your head till you're dead.
Yeah.
That's a reasonable fucking response.
Dude, have you ever had the pierogies with like sauerkraut in them? Or is it just the potatoes and shit like that that you've had?
Try sauerkraut, man. I gotta try some sauerkraut.
All right.
I gotta get some like really good like fucking sausages and put some sauerkraut on them.
Have you never had sauerkraut?
No, I never had it. But I love cabbage, so I'm like, I like pickled stuff. So
that is fucking amazing, dude. How do you not? That's insane to me, dude. Yeah, it's weird though the way, like, because my grandmother would make it with the cabbage or the sauerkraut in it. But the ones you get at the store have like potatoes in it, which I guess is pretty normal. But yeah, that's not the ones my grandmother used to make, dude.
You can find both in the store. At least in the area I'm at, you can find them both. Like some of it's just like sauerkraut and sauerkraut with potatoes.
Yeah. See, that's all I ever see is just the potato ones, man. The Mrs. T's or whatever. I don't know if that's the same brand you get, but
I don't know. I'd have to look. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, from my understanding, sauerkraut's not all that hard to make.
Yeah, I can't. I've never made it. Well, my grandmother used to make that too. The Polish version is it has like chunks of bacon in it.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it is fucking fantastic, dude.
Well, what is it? The Survival Russia guy. The one thing I saw him eat that I thought was just like, oh, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen, but I kind of want to try it. Is he calls it fatback, and it's literally like a chunk of pork fat that he's cooked in a certain way, and he just cuts slices off and eats it.
Wow. That's
And
crazy.
if you're, in the middle of winter, you're out and about doing stuff, you really do want that kind of calories. So it's good.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Although if you think about it, well, some fat is like the corned beef fat. Holy shit, that is the best tasting fat I've ever had from any fucking animal, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Like
my
olive
God.
oil. Olive oil is great for you.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Obviously not too much olive oil, but still, it's like the sardines I eat.
Right. I still got to try that.
Kick. Oh, it's like a lighter, more delicate flavored fish than tuna fish.
Mm.
It's not as fishy as tuna fish, but it's still like you're eating fish, obviously. But it's just like you put it on like a cracker, like like I use Triscuits. It's so good, and like you can get it like you can get sardines in like olive oil and water and like a mustard sauce or like a tomato sauce. It's all gold.
Mm. Yeah.
Galanka. It's Galanka pure meat and fat cooked. Or are you talking about the fatback that I'm talking about?
Yeah, I thought he was correcting me on the Glumke thing. I was like, really? Because they call it Glumkes.
Oh, see, in Russia they were taking the skin off, so it was just the fat. And I think they packed it and cooked it with seasonings and stuff like that.
Mm.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of like crazy foods I'd love to try. Like I remember I made fruitcakes, like traditional fruitcakes, not the one with the like fucking weird candied fruit you find in the produce department.
Right.
But with like real, just genuine dried fruits.
Right.
And, oh man, that was so good.
Mm.
And you can make it without the alcohol. It's not going to be quite the same. It'll still be all right.
Yeah.
You just gotta soak the fruits in like an apple juice or something in the fridge for a day or two, and then it just won't last as long. Like it won't be good for as long.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
But like if you put the alcohol in it, you can keep them in the freezer for like 6 months, 8 months. They'll even last up to like a year, and you can still slice it because the alcohol keeps it from quite freezing solid.
All right, right.
And so you can still slice off like a chunk and just wait for like an hour and let it like defrost. You don't gotta ice it or nothing.
That's crazy.
Super good.
Yeah.
Real fruitcake is super fucking good.
Yeah, although my grandfather loved just whatever the shit that you get from like Hostess. He loved the Hostess fruitcake, man.
Oh, hey, man.
Like every Christmas, dude, he would always eat that shit.
Like, I bet it's good. I bet it's super fucking sugary, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I like genuine fruit. Like, I put like blueberries, cherries, cranberries, and raisins, and apricots.
Yeah.
And so you got this wonderful fruit medley flavor, and like sort of really like good spices and stuff from the cake part of it, and it was just the combination was super good.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah,
I know the fries here sells a bunch of. They have like they don't have anything with a whole lot of different mixes, but they have like they make these little loaves of like blueberry bread. They make one that's cranberry and orange bread.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, that's really good. Banana bread and shit too. But yeah, the blueberry bread's fantastic, man. It's like
I bet you can get blueberry bread if you
dude.
just modify like a raisin bread recipe for the blueberries, change the seasonings around a little bit.
Yeah, for some reason that one out of all of them is just incredibly soft and incredibly moist.
It's probably based on a muffin recipe instead of a yeast bread.
Yeah, it could be.
So it's like instead of yeast, it's like probably got like baking soda, baking powder, leavening, and then it's like more of a muffin.
Yeah, because I noticed like the cranberry orange one was it's definitely like thicker and not quite as moist.
So then that's probably like a yeast bread. That's probably a modified raisin bread.
Yeah, that makes sense, dude. Yeah, raisin bread's fucking fantastic too. I love that shit too.
Oh well, every year my mom used to make fucking like sweet rolls, like the legit yeast-based sweet rolls that you You put like the cinnamon and brown sugar and butter filling and roll it all up with raisins and nuts and stuff.
Right.
And make it. She used to make the frosting, the whole thing. She used to make it for everybody in the family, like as Christmas gifts. Just like everybody'd get like a pan.
Yeah, nice.
So you know, like the normal big rectangle cake pans.
Oh, right.
She'd make about half the size of that for each person.
Nice.
Yeah. So you get a good maybe somewhere between 9 and a dozen sweet rolls, depending on how big she rolled them that year. Sometimes she'd roll them smaller, and you could pack more in, and sometimes she'd roll them big fat ones, and so you'd only fit so many in.
Yeah. Right on. Oh man, Christmas. That reminds me of fucking my son's Nana, man. Fucking tamales they make. Fucking amazing, dude. I can't wait for that shit. So I usually get at least a couple dozen
tamales and shit.
Huh?
Do you get turkey cranberry tamales, stuff like that?
No. They just make them for Christmas. They don't do it for Thanksgiving.
We got that one year. We got like the regular ones, like beef and chicken tamales, because my cousin, his wife is Mexican, so we got a whole bunch of Mexican people in the family, and her mom would bring in like tamales. And then one year they did like turkey and cranberry and like stuffing tamales. It was really fucking good.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. Yeah, because I actually love for like leftovers and shit. I love fucking throwing cranberry sauce on top of like an open turkey sandwich. Like I'll just pile the fucking the turkey on. I'll put mashed potatoes on it, put the bread down, put gravy all over it, and then put a fucking big bunch of cranberry sauce on top.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I don't normally like that. Like I don't normally like fruit mixed in with like how they'll make a chicken salad and they'll put like grapes and apples and shit in it.
Oh yeah, like a walnut.
Yeah, I don't like that. But fucking for some reason, dude, cranberry sauce just fucking works with turkey and all that shit.
Oh yeah. Well, one of the things I like to do after after Thanksgiving, let's just say turkey and just leave it at that. That makes sense.
Right.
I like to dice up the turkey into cubes, and then make like a casserole with like the mashed potatoes, the stuffing, the gravy, and the turkey. And then just like you're sort of like a shepherd's pie, except with gravy and turkey in the middle and the bottom, and then the mashed potatoes on top, and a little bit of cheese on the top. But man, yeah, a little bit of that with the cranberry sauce. Oh.
Yeah, fuck yeah. No, I just love putting down. Yeah, like I said, I'll just put down like one piece of bread, then I'll put a bunch of the turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy, put another slice down, put a little more turkey and gravy on top. Bam, put the fucking cranberry sauce on it. It's fantastic.
Good too. It awesome.
Yeah, knocks you right out, dude. I don't know. I eat one of those and fucking take like a 4-hour nap.
Is it Costco? Costco sells this like a turkey stuffing roll thing. Where it's like turkey breast meat that's rolled around like a stuffing center, and then you bake it. And then you slice it. It's like a ring of turkey with a stuffing center that you slice off.
All right.
Then they have like a what do you call that? It's not a compote. It's like a savory fruit sort of jelly kind of thing.
All right.
But it's hot. Oh, I can't think of the name. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But it's
super familiar.
It's like a cranberry. It's like a hot cranberry sauce, essentially, with like little chunks of cranberry and apple in it. But they're cooked till they're like jelly consistency. So it's not like that weird, soft, crunchy, half-cooked fucking fruit.
All right.
Yeah, that stuff was pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
It was surprisingly good because I thought it would be terrible. Oh, chutney.
Chutney, okay.
It's like a cranberry chutney, so it's not super sweet. It's a little sweet because there's cranberries and stuff in it, but it's like a little savory too. Yeah.
No, I can't wait to make is fucking cookies, dude.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I like baking. Well, mainly I like eating them. I don't really like baking them. But dude, whenever I'll make chocolate chip cookies, but I use the milk chocolate chips instead of the semi-sweet chocolate chips.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome, dude. Like, I mean, regular, chocolate chip cookies are good.
Any kind of chocolate chip cookies are good in my mind, man. I'll take dark chocolate, semi-sweet, milk chocolate, white chocolate.
Have you tried the milk chocolate ones though?
Oh yeah, no, they're all good. I've tried them all.
Yeah, the milk. I don't know. The milk chocolate ones to me taste fucking like way better than the semi-sweet or any of the other ones.
I had aspirations when I was a kid of being a baker, so I've baked all sorts of shit.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, how about scotchies, dude? You ever make scotchies?
No, I don't think I've made scotchies.
Are you familiar with what it is or no?
If I'm correct, it's like a butterscotch white chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah. Well, no, it's an oatmeal cookie with butterscotch chips.
Oh, okay, oatmeal cookie. Okay, I know. I've had them before. I've never made them though.
Dude, those are my favorite, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, because I mean, like oatmeal cookies are all right.
I like oatmeal cookies when they're not a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few times when I've got like a Safeway box of like those really big chocolate chip cookies from the grocery store.
All right.
3 or 4 of them will turn out to be oatmeal cookies with raisins.
Oh, yeah.
So you go to take a bite and you're like thinking you're getting a chocolate chip cookie and it's really an oatmeal raisin and you're like, well, it's still good, but it's not what I wanted.
Yeah. No, that is messed up, dude. But yeah, no, the ones with the butterscotch chips, oatmeal cookies, butterscotch chips, I bring them over to, last Christmas, I brought over the chocolate chips with the milk chocolate chip cookies with the milk chocolate chips, and those ones. And I brought like about 2 dozen of each of them, right, on like 4 different plates. And I came back like 20 minutes later, and then like I saw there was like a couple of plates that were empty, and I was like, there's 2 more plates of those. And they're like, no, we ate those too. I was like, holy shit, dude, you guys fucking ate all those cookies, dude, in like 20 minutes. I was like, all right, I'm flattered. I fucking brought more.
That's the time of year when everybody wants to eat all the cookies. Like every other time of year, it's like, oh, I'll be good. I'm only gonna have 1 or something like that. But then Christmas, Thanksgiving, those are the 2 days where you really get to just kind of like go nuts.
Yeah, this is true.
No,
I was amazed.
My family are snickerdoodles and molasses crinkles.
Mm.
And snickerdoodles are like a cinnamon sugar cookie that's got a little bit of cream of tartar in it.
Oh, wow.
And they're really good. And then molasses crinkles, obviously, they're like molasses cookies. Sort of like a molasses gingerbread cookie that's real chewy and good.
Yeah, I like those too, man. Yeah, I'll get those every once in a while, dude. I like those.
Yeah, and that's just sort of like my grandma used to make them, my great-grandma used to make them kind of thing. So if you bring anything else in my family, you're not going to be enjoying life. You got to have the snickerdoodles and the molasses crinkles. You can get away with chocolate chip cookies too, but the other 2 are definitely, you better have those.
Yeah. No, my grandmother used to make all kinds, like obviously the chocolate chips and all the other shit, but she would make all kinds of sugar cookies or rum balls, dude. Just like literally like 10 different kinds of cookies, dude, and make like a fucking at least like. I don't know, at least like 10 dozen of each of them, dude.
The other one we always have is these apricot bars. And it's, you take and make like a sort of crumbly cookie base with oatmeal and flour and sugar and butter and stuff. And you take the oats and you chop them up in a food processor real fine.
I gotcha.
So that they're more like almost like an oat flour almost.
Yeah.
And then you just press that in the pan, and then you take boiling water, has to be boiling hot fresh, and you pour it over the like dried apricots that you've diced up, and sugar in the food processor, and you blend that into like a paste. And it becomes like a jello, like not a jello, like a really thick jam.
Okay, nice.
You put that over the top, and you bake it until it's like comes out like bar cookies.
Yeah.
Those are amazing.
Yeah, that sounds really good. I like making the bar cookies out of like the chocolate chip cookie shit. That's pretty good.
Those are good too. Yeah. Oh, any kind of bar cookie is usually a step up from everything else.
Right. Yeah. Usually a lot easier to make too. I may start doing that this year instead of fucking dropping a bunch of individual fucking cookies because it is kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, you make them all in a pan. There's a bar, and then just like flip the pan and let them cool off, and then cut them up. So,
yeah, yeah, it's definitely a lot more, like I said, a lot less labor intensive than.
Well, and I think people think they're fancier.
Yeah, that's just true. It's true. Yeah, even though it's the same goddamn thing, dude.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you could make like a lemon cheesecake bar kind of thing, and stuff like that. It's really not that hard to make, but people see it and it looks fancy because it's all square instead of the regular cookie shape. And
yeah. Maybe I'll make some for Thanksgiving. I usually just make them for Christmas, dude, but maybe I'll make some for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I should.
I basically make 2 double batches of each of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you always got to make at least like 4 batches of cookies when you're doing them in this season because they'll go so quick.
Yeah, and oh my god, the oatmeal ones are fucking. It'll tear your fucking rotator cuff trying to fucking stir that shit.
Oh,
it's basically like as thick as cookie dough, and then you mix the oats in.
Oh yeah,
like it's a fucking pain, dude.
We got one of those big stand mixers.
Oh, gotcha.
And let me tell you, when it comes to making anything, even though you got to clean it between batches, it's just so worth it.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
I mean,
just for those alone. Have you ever made oatmeal cookies and actually stirred in the oats and all that shit?
No, we don't do fucking cookies in my family very much at all.
No, it's literally like trying to stir fucking concrete or something, dude. It's incredibly difficult, and they're all sticky. Like when you're trying to put them, like drop them into fucking cookie size drops or whatever. Incredibly sticky, dude. It's a pain in the fucking ass.
Oh yeah, you gotta once you get that 2-spoon method down.
Yeah,
the little scoop and swipe thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to explain how I do it, but yeah.
Yeah, well, eventually I guess after the first little bit, it stopped sticking, and your fucking hands are just covered in the shit. But yeah, you're right. I really should be. Yeah, well, I use 1 spoon, but I kind of drop them, like I grab it off the spoon with my hand. But yeah, you're right. I should just be scooping them off with a fucking another spoon.
Yeah, I scoop it up with the spoon, and I use the back of the other spoon, not the concave side, to sort of make it so it's nice and tight. And then I stick the spoon with the cookie dough sort of on the sheet, and use the back of the other spoon to scrape it off, and then I do a little swipe on the cookie sheet to sort of smear it on, sort of, but it ends up being like just a little dough ball without like a little. You don't end up with the dough streak, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like, I could show you real easy, but
yeah, no, yeah, I don't
know if it would work what you're talking about though, because I only do that with like chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, the oatmeal ones are a little tougher just because the chocolate chip cookies, I don't have that problem. That's not a problem at all. But with the oatmeal, the Scotchies, the oatmeals with the chocolate chip or with the butterscotch chips, those are the ones that get they're so fucking sticky, dude.
I'm probably gonna have to make oatmeal Scotchies now. Dude, you keep talking about
they're fucking fantastic, dude. I kind of like them more than the chocolate chip cookies, dude. I really do.
I was talking about egg yolk with sugar and some cacao. That sounds interesting. So the cocoa would take the place of the flour. Is it like a cookie?
Yeah. You know what? My grandmother used to make these ones. I don't think you actually had to bake them. That had oats in them, and they were like chocolate. And they were fucking really good.
It's like
they actually baked them.
Yeah, French silk, chocolate French silk pie. You don't bake it. It's got raw eggs in it, but it's just you refrigerate it. You don't actually bake it.
No, gotcha.
Find the recipes and tell you specifically like don't give it to people with weakened immune systems and like.
Oh wow!
It comes with all sorts of warnings because of the raw egg.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what the hell they were.
You're like California in that you don't have to worry about cracking your eggs separately.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's just egg yolk mixed with sugar and cocoa, no baking. Is it like a pudding texture or like a cookie texture? Like, That's what I'm
Yeah,
wondering.
it's got to be. It's probably similar to what I'm talking about. Just adding, just with oats added.
Oh, like your grandpa does the same thing, but just adds oats.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what she made.
Oh, you make it spongy. Okay, interesting. So it's almost like a souffle, but without the bacon. That sounds good. Egg yolk is pretty darn tasty, man. Once you get over the fact that it's raw egg, a raw egg actually tastes pretty good.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's interesting. Let's see if these are. Yeah,
Like
that's what it is. It's a chocolate oatmeal cookie. Okay, it's a no bake thing though. Yeah. So it's essentially the same thing. It's just the chocolate it kind of replaces the whatever you would call the cake or whatever, in an oatmeal cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah, or that is just flavored, but it's not the same consistency. Like you don't bake it; it's just that. I'm trying to see what the ingredients are here because I've never actually made them.
Like peanut butter balls, where you just mix in the right amount of sugar, salt with peanut butter, and then you form it into balls, but you don't bake it. But it's almost like a cookie.
Right. Yeah, and it just kind of settles. Yep, that's exactly what they look like.
Oh, so Akinaro's thing is it's just like a soup. It's like an chocolate egg soup.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Sort of like cake batter that you eat without baking, apparently. Wow. Mm-hmm. Well, hey, dude, I'm sure it's good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here it is. It's basically all that's in it is butter, sugar, brown sugar, milk, and cocoa, and obviously the oats. Yeah.
Yeah, you can use and vanilla. A lot of the flour and recipes with like baking or not baking powder with cocoa.
Yeah, and vanilla. I forgot to mention that vanilla's in almost every fucking cookie batter cookie recipe
of any kind, essentially.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, you wearing down?
Yeah, I am. I think it's the cold is getting to me.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually muting earlier while you and Engelhardt were talking a couple times to like blow my nose.
All right, you want to call it? I mean, it's already 2:00 where I'm at.
Yeah, I got to get up early and fucking feed the dog. My mom's out of town in Hawaii.
Ah, nice for her.
Yeah, right you know, she works so hard, man. She went off to like a supernatural convention with her and my sister.
Oh wow, nice.
So they're off hanging out with the boys, the supernatural boys.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever want to go to a convention, to be honest. Like one of those like anime or like the Comic-Con kind of thing. I don't think I'd want to go to those.
I kind of want to do it once, you know, but probably that would be the last time.
I think if it was one of the smaller ones, not one of like a Comic-Con, no, there's no way.
Yeah. Well, there's one here that I think is not as intense as the one in San Diego, but
yeah, something like that where it's not like the main one. That might be all right.
Yeah.
I just think when you get like those really big ones, it's just all about how much money you got, and if it's just trying to get you to buy shit.
Yeah.
Whereas I bet you some of the smaller ones, there's more shows and interesting like panels and stuff like that to check out, and it's not as hard to get into them, you know?
Right. Yeah. Indeed. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're definitely winding down.
Yeah, I wonder if the fucking hold on. Before we go off, I gotta just check and make sure the fucking Kumite is still not going on. It's got to be done.
That'd be fucking funny if they're still going.
No, okay, it's over. Let me see how long it ended up being though.
Walking around, it's not even like a proper recipe he's talking about. It's just something you're lazy and you want to eat.
The morning Kumite, that one, or morning, it was evening. 4 hours, 54 minutes, and 29 seconds it went.
God damn.
That's insane.
Still, though, I've legit been on like failure streams that lasted like 8 hours.
Yeah, man, the stamina on those guys, dude.
Well, towards the end of it, like at one of them, he was literally just fucking doing Google Maps in Las Vegas, going around and seeing what stores you could go into.
Wow. Yeah,
just the first person view. And literally just fucking like clicking down streets and fucking going into like fucking businesses. And that's when I was like, all right, I'm done. I think that was like maybe 5 hours in.
Yeah, no, that is interesting.
No, it really wasn't.
I know, I'm joking, dude.
Oh, what was it? There was a fucking, before we go. So like, I forget what channel it was, and it doesn't really matter, but somebody announced like a drama stream. And then what they were really doing was just reading a fucking play, like a shitty British play.
Wow.
And I'm like, wait, then why don't you just say what you're doing? Like, it's not funny to do clickbait. Clickbait isn't a joke.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
It's just a shitty thing to do on YouTube because that's funny to you, like, now. But everybody else who clicks on it, like, down the road after it's done is going to be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, that is weird.
And they weren't even getting into the parts, man.
No. Oh, wow.
Like, they were reading them and just like, and then I had a cup of tea and I offered her a scone. And why are you so angry, sir? And it's like, you're not going to fucking put any, like, real oomph into it? You're
right.
Like, fucking play.
Not committing to the character.
Hey, look, man. Plays are good to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're meant to be acted out on stage. That's what makes them interesting.
You're basically watching a prolonged, shitty table read of a fucking play.
Yeah, exactly. That was not cool.
Yeah, that's fucked up, dude.
I mean, like, you're not clever, you're not funny, you're just making shit content. Come on now.
That's fucked up, dude.
And if you just announce what it is, people will be much more down with it. Like, hey, it's got to be funny to do, like, we're going to do a drama stream where we read a play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that would be funny, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's bizarre, dude.
They didn't even, like, fucking explain shit. They just fucking started, like, halfway through the first line.
Oh, wow.
It's just...
God damn. Yeah, that's going to anger people. Like, that's not going to get repeat customers. That's fucking...
Dude, everybody... We had, like, 16 people watching, and they were like, oh, this is great. And I'm like, I'm just going to leave. Like, I didn't feel the need to be like...
You didn't want to ruin their fun.
I fucking hate you, and, like, blast the chat or anything stupid like that, because, who the fuck am I?
Yeah. Yeah, well.
I was just like, all right, I'm out. This is lame. It's just like, click.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
So, if anybody in our audience wants us to do that, leave us a
Yeah, we'll do it. We're not above doing it.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely do that if you guys think it'll get us some more views.
Yeah, that couldn't get less at this point. I mean, come on.
No, we could.
Yeah, that's true.
We could somehow alienate, like, our fan. That would be one way to go.
Piss off Akinaro and Stenchever, and we'd be done.
Yeah. Well, I know Akinaro. The one thing that would make Akinaro happy is if we brought Opal back.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I can take that. If she's doing bill paying voice the whole time, sure.
I'm probably not going to try.
Yeah, understood.
I don't think we're cool enough anymore, man. She's all about that cunt stream, and she did the Kumite or something. And
yeah. Oh yeah, Opal
versus AP the Frog.
Yeah, that doesn't. I don't know how that turned out. Do you have any idea?
I would imagine
it seems like a horrible idea.
Being silly and childish, and then AP the Frog yelling and telling jokes that are completely unoriginal.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, and her laughing at the people that are laughing along with the people that are mocking her.
Yeah, I don't know if she really understands that a lot of these people are just laughing at her.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Or
dude.
cares? I don't know. It's too bad.
Yeah, I think she might be in that camp of any attention is good attention kind of thing.
I've interacted with her on Twitter a lot, and I've heard some stuff. I kind of feel for her. She seems like an okay person when she's not doing the character.
Yeah. That's my issue with her. Is like she's probably more interesting if she's just herself than doing the silly squeaker character. I think
she'd have some fascinating stories, man. She's a 20-year-old kid that has a kid, and there's got to be some weird shit that happened in that life.
Yeah,
gotta have some entertaining stories to tell. They can't, Spank Me Daddy.
That's 4D Mike. That's 4D Mike pointed out. Daddy issues.
Yeah, I mean, well, the Spank Me Daddy stuff is cute. It's funny. It's cute. I get a kick out of her making people super uncomfortable with it, but it's only funny for a little while.
Yeah. The shtick wears thin, dude.
Yep. All right, we better stop. We're retreading old ground here. Thank you for joining us. Anybody who's watching in the future, thank you for watching. For Englehearth, Stabbing Pants, and Detroit Qua. Yay!
Yeah. Bye-bye.